Happy Friday to those who celebrate. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you on this glorious Friday morning. We have the Lake Big Bear Eagle Cam live, and we're staring at a picturesque morning up north of here where the American bald eagle is nested atop a burrow of twigs and snow, just tending to their young. Mm-hmm. We don't know if it's Jackie. We don't know if it's Shadow. But that's our nation's bird.
So Jackie typically is there all night long. I've been watching since, 4:30 or so. I have not seen a shift change. So I'm assuming that's Jackie, our nation's bird on International Women's Day.
And there you go. There you go. How about that? Nice tie-in. Good work, Jackie. Keep it up. Keep it up. Equal pay for equal eagle. I've always said that.
Yep.
Look, Jackie or Shadow, whoever is on the
whoever
nest,
it is,
the eaglets, I mean, they will be the benefactors of all this attention. The question is,
the little Scotties?
They're not called Scotties, they're eaglets. With the question, because I get it, we're on Pip Watch, Scottie Pippins.
Yeah.
That's not
gonna make that happen.
So the eaglets.
Was there a scientist out there that could help me out?
You're not even warmed up yet. Are you sure you want one?
You're gonna pull a hammy. You start taking laps at 6:03. You're gonna pull a hammy.
Is that a bingo square?
Oh, we have some big plans. We've been talking. When the three of us get really loose on the group text like we were last night,
and tired. That was at like 9:45 last night.
Mm-hmm. We were exhausted. We were really giving it to each other.
Yeah.
We came up with some great ideas though. So
I want you to know that I'm trying to make an app.
Good. Look, you're gonna create an app around this idea?
Yeah.
Is it called Tractor Pull?
Yeah. It's all American, baby.
Yeah.
Red, white, and blue.
I already got the Facebook page. I'm just gonna have to transition it from country band to application. So yeah, it is International Women's Day. We're gonna have a couple of fun headlines to get to in a little bit here. The headline in our lives though is we did something with the women's lacrosse team over at San Diego State yesterday that I did not expect to leave me sore or any worse for wear. And certainly I did wake up with a little tightness in the glutes, the groin, and in the lower back because I was hot dogging it out there with the lacrosse sticks. And that was a big mistake.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, obviously you're an athlete, like a duck to water. It comes back to you. You're moving around. I mean, you're catching the passes. You can make a pass, no problem. You're doing some behind the back trickery. It was insane. I looked at this as so the founders of lacrosse were Native Americans, right? Yeah. So, but when they were making the game, why did they decide, hey, let's just we'll do a stick with a little net on the end. We'll make it small. No, smaller. No, just like the exact same size as the ball. Flatter, more like a paddle.
Yeah. We wanted it to be impossible. We want it to be like trying to catch an egg with a tennis racket.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Good luck. Godspeed, ladies.
Damn near impossible to catch that thing. I've played lacrosse 0 times in my life before yesterday, and I think it showed. But
you still haven't.
Yeah, exactly. Like it is for sure a skill because the ease they're able to just catch the ball every time. And it's just a little flick of the wrist when they catch it. It's something that I did not even come close to mastering yesterday. And Richie, like you got it too. I don't know, because they were telling me you got to catch the ball all the way back. Catch the ball all the way back. Yeah, they
kept telling me too.
But then you just kept twisting your wrist.
Yeah, you just go in there and you just get it. You dig it out of there.
It was with me, they were like, no, move your hand down. Oh, up a little. Down. Up. You know what? Just run after it when you miss it.
Yeah. Watching our show's athlete really struggle with this, and I am talking about Ben Fletcher. I mean, it reminded me of the Hardwood and Balls Classic, where I mean, there is this level of like, don't meet your heroes for 2 reasons. One, because they might let you down, like they might turn out to be a jerk, which isn't the case, oddly, with Ben Fletcher. But when you meet them and they aren't all you built them up to be.
Well, there was a bit of a playoff.
So basketball, we've seen you play basketball. Now we've seen you play lacrosse, a sport you've never played. And it looked like Well, it looked like a baby deer on ice.
Pretty impressed how far I could throw the ball.
My question is, what the hell do you look like playing basketball or baseball? Like, if we have you shag and fly balls, is that going to go well?
I'd have a catch.
You know, like one?
No, I could play some catch in the
What was
backyard.
the competition like in Merced?
Okay, the basketball thing. Like, I was a good basketball player, I promise.
Right.
And we can pull up film. I can show you whatever. Like, I think my Huddle account might still be active. I don't know.
Pull up film. My mom has it.
Baseball. I don't need to prove myself to you guys. Like, I know what I was.
No, questions about your past. I don't know. I mean, because it feels like every time we exhume a new skeleton, there's more questions.
I never claimed it to be anything about lacrosse.
All right. Well,
I sucked, and it's hard.
Yeah, it is. It is hard. It didn't look hard though for the women's lacrosse team out there. No, they looked very good, very sharp. Nugget on goal. Magician.
Yeah, she turns out she's a brick wall.
Yeah.
Can't get anything by her. And you were trying to hit her with the Mighty Ducks triple deke. Yeah. Coach Gordon Bombay gave you a couple of pointers before you hit out there. And couldn't get one by her.
No. I mean, I was putting on a show.
One time she actually somehow ended up with your stick. And I was just like, how did that happen? Anyways,
yeah.
Anybody who's concerned that you'll never be able to see this footage, don't be, because I'm pretty sure the SDSU women's lacrosse team is going to be putting out this as well as us in collaboration with them, because they have a big home game at Aztecs Snapdragon Stadium where one of the field sports gets to play at the stadium. It's women's lacrosse this year, so they're trying to fill the place up next weekend when conference play gets underway, I believe against ASU.
Is that Sunday? At noon?
Not this upcoming Sunday, but the following one.
Yeah, 17th.
Yeah, we'll give more updates there. We might have some tickets for you as well. Looking forward to all that. But speaking of the Aztecs, man, oh man, really cool opportunity for the men's hoops team. They could go undefeated at home.
Never been done before.
Yeah. So think about all of the amazingness over the past, say, decade and a half, basically since Steve Fisher has gotten to the campus here with the San Diego State men's basketball team. And think about that statement. Never happened before. Not one team has gone undefeated at home. That's impressive in its own right. The fact that it can be done against Boise State tonight, you may witness history if you show up at this game, and we're going to have a pair of tickets for one of our listeners to win. 2 pairs? We have 2 pairs of tickets for 4 of our listeners separately. We're going to separate them and give them out individually.
Nope. Just 2 pairs.
Wait, are you
winners.
Sure?
I love the idea of giving 1 ticket out at a time.
That's funny too.
Well, if you want another one, you're going to have to win another one. No, I'm kidding. We are going to give
7 days.
We're going to give away 2 pairs. So you and a friend, you and a spouse, you and a buddy, you're going to go and you're going to see the Aztecs potentially make history tonight. So Fletch, it's been a long journey for you, especially. You work on this Aztecs broadcast alongside John Schaefer every single time these boys play out there. What do you make of the season to this point, and what to expect as they enter postseason play coming up in Vegas at the Mountain West Conference Tournament?
If this was a better true road team in conference, I would feel very, very good about this team heading into the postseason and the Mountain West Tournament and all those things. Now, my feeling can still change in a hurry, and it can change the Mountain West Tournament. This is the best the Mountain West has ever been, period, end of discussion. Like, there's a real shot that 6 teams are going to be making the NCAA tournament, and there's a real shot that 3 or 4 of those teams could get some wins in the NCAA tournament. So you're looking at a year where the Mountain West has just been unreal, and that, I believe, leads to some of the losses on the road for San Diego State. And if we look back to the beginning of the year, before the season started, KenPom had the preseason prediction out for what the record would be of the winning team in the Mountain West, and it was 5 losses. And most likely Utah State's going to win the Mountain West regular season with 5 losses. Like, it's crazy how true these predictions can become. But San Diego State, I think, has had a hell of a year. The offense has been much improved over last year. I think the 3 seniors, the final COVID year, the guys you're never going to see again at Viejas Arena, deserve to be seen tonight. And that's Jaden Ledee, Jay Powell, and Darion Trammell, all 3 of whom have had great seasons in their own right. Darion Trammell obviously was the Sweet 16 MVP a year ago. Like, I think that there's some real specialness that can happen tonight, and it's worth going out to support these guys, because when you look at a guy like Jaden Ledee, who has given more to San Diego State over the last 12 months than him, the answer is nobody.
Yeah.
I actually had to look up specialness. I didn't know if that was a word.
It might not be.
It is. Yeah, it's actually, look at you. Yeah. But
Cool.
I agree. I agree with all that. And look, we talked about it yesterday. All boats rise with the tide. As the Aztecs got better and better, other teams stepped up as well. So, I mean, it's good. It's good for the Aztecs. It's just rough when you're going, I mean, they stop being at home here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to have to figure it out one way or another. But
Stop being on the road, too, in terms of true road games.
Yeah. I'm just saying you're not in front of the home crowd.
Yeah. Which again, has been a little bit of a problem this season for the Aztecs. Now neutral site games have gone better for them, but we are long past the last time they played on a neutral floor. I mean, we're talking about a completely different team now than they were back then. You go through different revolutions as a team throughout a season. You're not the same team you are when you start a season as you are when you finish it. My sincere hope is whatever that ailed them on the visiting floors across the Mountain West, that bug doesn't chase them into Vegas when they face these Mountain West teams in the tournament. And then obviously in March Madness, where the Aztecs are going to play for their lives, like every other team, every other 64 team that makes the bracket that's vying for a national championship. They were so lucky to, and also good enough to advance to the national championship last year. And you could make some arguments that at times this season, this team has looked better than that team. At times. It really has. I mean, there have been some games where offensively, especially with Jaden LeDee, who's such a special player, you're like, my God. I mean, the Aztecs have never had a guy who could dominate performances the way he has, both on the offensive and defensive side of the court, like Jaden LeDee. And then, there have been nights where things got shut down a little bit. Some teams were able to put the clamps on a little bit. UNLV most recently comes to mind, but there have been others. And you say, there are some weaknesses in the armor. So hopefully some of that gets cured as they enter postseason play. Again, teams revolve. They're different at different points in the season. Certain teams know when to turn it on. I lost a Super Bowl to a New York Giants team that was a 9-win team during the regular season.
Right.
So, I mean, the trust me when I tell you, on paper, the New England Patriots win that game 9 times out of 10, but it doesn't matter. Those games are single elimination.
Well, San Diego State, Alabama last year in the Sweet 16.
Look at just San Diego State last year. I don't know if I felt like they had the fire that they had in the tournament that they had right before the tournament. I mean, they may have been on the upswing, but I didn't have the feeling of, this team's going to make a run, man.
So, funny story about last season, Boise State was the team that beat them at home last year. Only team to do it all season long. So San Diego State could have had that record a year ago. It's kind of fortuitous that Boise State's the team coming in tonight to Viejas Arena when San Diego State tries to become the first team in program history to go undefeated at home in a full season. And it hasn't been easy. There's been some tricky games at home this year. You think back to some of the close finishes, and then obviously the games on the road. Boise State on the road was one of those games where San Diego State battled back the entire second half, end up losing by 1 point because Lamont Butler hit a 3 at the buzzer when the game was basically already over. Tonight is going to be tricky. There's no doubt about it. Aztecs have a chance to do something special and start that swing, TD, that you were just talking about, where they start to really heat up at the end of the year. The sophomores start playing better. The transfers who came in finally understand every little bit of Aztecs basketball, and they can go on a run through the Mountain West tournament where everybody has about a 10% chance to win, which is the craziest number of the whole season.
It is. I love college basketball. I love sports in their playoffs in general, even the NBA, which I think has diluted their product in the postseason so much. There are still, conference finals. Some of those games, some of those matchups get so heated that you fall in love with the sport all over again. But it's fewer and farther between in a sport like the NBA. But the NFL, for example, hopefully college football playoff, as they expand the playoff, becomes a little bit more of a meritocracy like it's in college basketball. But if you are looking for a perfect postseason, if you're looking for the type of postseason that can be enthralling, that can make you attach yourself to teams that you didn't even know existed, like Loyola of Chicago and Sister Jean, for crying out loud. I would have never known they existed. By the way, she's still kicking on International Women's Day at 104 years of age. Sister Jean.
Hopefully we see her again this year. So the Mountain West did something yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw this or if it was on your radar, but this year, like most years in the Mountain West, it's an 18-game regular season schedule, meaning you have 2 bye weeks and you have 2 teams that you don't play either on the home or at road. Every team gets 1 non-played home game. Every team gets 1 non-played road game. Next year, it is going to switch to a true round robin. 20 teams, you're playing all 20 of them, or 20 games, you're playing all 20 of them, and you play everybody home and road. Curious, my initial reaction was the Mountain West just had their best regular season in conference history, and you're trying to change it for next season. Any thoughts about it? I know the reason you're getting more TV money.
Exactly.
And that's fine. And that's better for the conference. But you just had the best conference regular season in conference history, and you are a real relevant conference now on the national scale, and you're going to change things.
It's more opportunities for the Aztecs from that standpoint too, more national attention, but also to your point, like, why tinker with something that's already great? When you moved on from 16 games to 17 games in the NFL, there was a chance you'd screw something up. Like, that's the point of diminishing returns now, where maybe we start seeing a little bit of load management in the NFL. We may already be, because sometimes there's a share of reps going on in certain games at certain times of the NFL season. But I digress to talk about basketball again at the NBA level, where it absolutely has tipped over. And we've gone beyond that point of diminishing returns. I don't predict it's going to happen in the Mountain West, but it can happen.
Yeah, and then, I mean, usually you're not tinkering with something unless the people are asking for it. So, I mean, if there was a desire that that something felt stale, then you would change it. I mean, that's how the world works. Future evolves things. Disneyland is never
purely
finished.
Money motivated from the Mountain West, which is fine. It's tough in this day and age to run a conference, and you need more money for it, and that's clearly money motivated. But the perfect example of why I think this is a bad idea: San Diego State did not have to go to Laramie this year to play Wyoming on the road. That is a place where you could have slipped up and easily taken a quad 3, quad 4 loss. And it happened to teams in the Mountain West this year.
Let me introduce something.
You want to Laramie.
Maybe, and this is just a maybe. Maybe this is, I'm planting the seeds for change. Like, if this becomes a different conference altogether.
Yes.
Like, if this becomes the Pac-12 Mountain West Alliance, where it's the West Pack.
Well, there's going to be games next year against, who are the two teams? Is it Oregon State and Washington State?
Mountain Pack.
Right, that's the football one. It's Oregon State, Washington State.
Oregon State, Washington State. They're going to play a conference schedule against Mountain West teams,
but it doesn't count against conference records.
Exactly.
So that same thing is happening in basketball too. So both those teams will be on the non-conference schedule. Maybe this is opening up a door for one day them to be on the actual conference schedule.
So that's my point. Is like, so now you have it. So, and again, you have a bigger TV package now to serve up to these networks. All right. We have so many giveaways today. 2 pairs of tickets to this Aztecs Boise State game tonight at Viejas. GoAztecs.com for your tickets and information there. We also have a pair of tickets to Shamrock St. Patty's Day Music and Beer Festival. San Diego Shamrock.com for tickets and info there. We also have a pair of tickets to the Outlaw Music Festival. That's all the way in July, but we got a pair for you today. You could go to livenation.com or keep listening for your chance to win those tickets. And then on the other side of halftime, we have a really fun game to play.
Sorry.
It's Oscars week, baby. Woo! All right.
We were just talking about it. San Diego State, they close out the Mountain West regular season tonight at Viejas Arena against Boise State. Get there early. There's going to be a bunch of festivities to celebrate the seniors who are for sure moving on, as well as the rest of the seniors. You think about Lamont Butler, someone who's been here for 4 years. There's a chance he's not back next year. He does have the COVID year if he wants to, but Jay Powell, Darion Trammell, and Jaden Ledee all are gone after this season. Go out and celebrate the boys tonight. We got a couple pairs of tickets to give away a little later on. Sticking with college hoops, Mountain West approving yesterday for basketball to play a 20-game regular season schedule beginning next year, ensuring that every team will play a true round robin. They play a home and road game against every team in the conference. And TD, what's going on with your Broncos, man? They are just taking the scissors and going cut.
Yeah, Padres of the NFL.
Justin Simmons gone. What was his guaranteed money left? 54?
Yeah, it was.
No. You're confusing the signing in Chicago.
Yeah, wait, no, maybe it was 8.5.
Yeah,
it was something like that.
This is a cap relief move. They're going to save a substantial amount of money. I believe it's $18 million this year against the cap, which is helping out with some of that Russell Wilson disaster.
Oh, yeah. Because remember, that's a record-breaking $85 million over the next 2 years against the cap. Russell Wilson in his departure. And by the way, Russell Wilson's living the high life. Like, he's collected all this money. And I know he's probably a little embarrassed how things went in Denver. But when you're surrounded by people who tell you how good you are, like agents, marketing people, publicists, they're all just like, Russ, you're gonna crush it in your next team. And you just made bank, bro. And so he's like, yeah, you know what?
Back in the high life again.
You know what? Things aren't so bad, right, Sierra? All right. We
Wow.
do have a bunch of NFL notes to pass along to our listening audience here. We're going to take a deeper dive into the Denver Broncos offense because they are going to be making other changes, not just Russ, but first.
Can we play a game?
Let's play.
So the
do it.
Oscars are coming up this weekend. It's a
Mhm.
big show. It's a lot of self-congratulations. But I thought, because I was looking over the nominations for Best Picture this morning, and I didn't recognize a lot of them.
Okay.
So I've written some down. Some of them are ones that I have made up, movie titles. Some of them are actual Oscar nominations this year. Let's see how you guys do.
When you looked at the list, did you check off that you've seen any of these?
The ones that I've seen, I left off the list because
Okay.
I figured those were more likely for you to know,
Okay.
like Barbie. Oppenheimer.
Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
this
Those-
is gonna
those
be
are
really-
obvious.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
so
yeah, yeah.
excited. This is a good game.
By
Flash.
the way, I saw Barbie. I don't know. That's not a Best Picture. I mean, it's
Okay.
It's a goof.
All right. It's a good.
Okay.
That's okay. I've heard,
Although, I mean,
I've
look,
heard great
a
things.
lot of people saw it, and that's part of my argument with these awards. Is I feel like they never go to the movies that people actually want to go see.
Yeah.
So I would say that Barbie should be there because people at least wanted to go see it.
It's popular.
Yeah.
Popular choice. All right. What do you got for us? Flash?
Choice number one. Again, these are best nominated pictures, or I made them up.
Okay.
Number one, Truth About a Girl.
I mean, I've never heard of it.
Truth about a girl. Truth
That
about a
doesn't
girl.
that doesn't
Truth
mean
about
a lot.
girl.
I'm gonna say you made that up.
You know what? I'm going to say on International Women's Day, that's going to win the Oscar, Fletch.
Well-
That is a real movie.
It's hard to do ding and buzz when you have opposite answers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right. So,
So-
Well,
TD,
oh, damn it.
Rich.
Okay.
right on. Right on.
Oh,
All right,
Right.
next up, maybe agree on them. I don't know. But next up, Anatomy of a Fall.
yeah, we'll come
Go,
up.
go, yeah.
Anatomy of a Fall. There's no way Fletch
Yeah.
made that up.
Wait.
There is no way.
That is true. That is true.
I mean, think
Yeah,
about
that
it.
is true.
Like, that is such a cool name for a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
That's a real one. Okay, all right. All right, number three, Maestro.
That is a real movie.
Damn it, you
Yeah,
know
that's
it.
the black and white with the nose.
Oh, Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, I do know that one.
Next up, Corporate America.
This sounds like a Netflix documentary. I'm saying no on this, Rich.
Damn it.
Yeah.
You are. All right, well.
Did you feel like that was a
My
real one?
knee-jerk reaction was that might be real because it seems. No, I don't know. I'll go with you. No, it is not a real movie.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Good
So
at
this
this
is
here.
a lot harder than I thought it was.
Poor things. Poor things is that's a real movie. That's a real movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Travis knows he reads too much page 6.
Oh, that's a good point.
Wait.
Yeah, because I bet you he read an article that says "Poor Thing stars has nip slip," and then he's like, "Well, I'm clicking on this."
You do see her boobs in that movie.
I
Oh,
have no idea what this movie is, but I feel like I saw it, like I could watch it on Prime or
It's
something.
the girl from La La Land. What's her name? Emma
Stone.
Stone. That one.
All right, so this next one,
The Long Con.
the long con.
Yeah.
Okay, you sure?
I don't.
Now,
Yeah, it's definitely Con.
I'm gonna ask this: is this about the step?
Star Trek.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. We were going in
No,
different
the
directions.
Long Con. It's like
Con,
a-
or like the Mongol invaders.
no, it's like
on
a
this-
con man who
Agent
embeds himself into
Seven.
someone's life and then eventually steals all their money.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
Dude,
that
I
yes, this is a real
I
movie.
really do. Yeah, I agree. It's real.
Ooh,
Damn it.
got one wrong.
Damn
The
it.
zone of interest.
That's
The
fun
zone
bit.
of
That's-
interest
So the zone of interest, I do believe,
could also
is
be
like
at the porno
lower
movie
than
awards.
the neck. Right.
Dude, I'll tell you right now.
I'm saying no.
No, come on. That's a
Do you
yes.
think it's a real movie?
Yeah, because there wouldn't be one so blatant. The zone of interest.
Right there.
You don't know me.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
damn it.
sure. For the adults,
Are you saying real or fake?
real.
Real.
Okay.
Oh,
And you're about to feel
I think
real
so.
bad. It's a Holocaust movie.
Oh, that's. I was gonna tell a joke.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
now I'm not going to.
I'm gonna tell you right
and I
now
want to let the record reflect. I didn't.
that you did not.
I did
That
not.
is very true.
Because it wasn't going to be at all about the
Mm-mm.
Holocaust. It was
Mm-mm.
going to be about
The zone of interest.
just about the name.
Right. Now, look, of the movies that were real or fake on this list, I will see none of them.
I haven't seen any of them.
Mm.
I've heard Ted from Kogo said that Poor Things is the best movie of the year.
Yeah,
Interesting.
well, Ted from Kogo also told me to watch Saltburn.
Saltburn was great.
I will not watch that.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm not watching either. All right, but I will watch Corporate America.
No, I think you should watch Saltburn with your
Wait,
children.
Corporate America was
Wait,
one
was
of the
that
fake
real?
ones. Corporate America was one of the fake ones.
Yeah, Truth About a Girl, Corporate America, The Long Con, all fake.
Okay.
Anatomy of a Fall, Maestro, Poor Things, Zone of Interest, all real.
Did you see Legends of the Fall? With the dude from
Brad Pitt.
yeah, Brad Pitt.
Is that a vampire movie?
No,
I don't. Okay,
on.
I know there's a pun that you want to tell.
that's okay. Never mind. No, just go. No, go ahead.
And
no, because I want to talk about how skinny Fletch is.
Okay, yeah.
Say your pun.
No, it's
I'll
past.
tell a
pass.
quick pun. Coming
Pass.
up on the other side, a couple of B teams are making a lot of moves.
Lap.
Damn it.
While Rich takes his
Are you
lap.
kidding me? That was golden.
The fact that you think it was golden. Lap. Both of you join together, do a lap. Yeah, go. Get out of here. All right, while Rich and TD are out of the studio, I get some peace and quiet to tell everybody about SDFatLoss.com. I can't wait to share it with you because it really has made such a positive impact on all three of our lives. SDFatLoss.com. Go get a free consultation today. They will build you out a roadmap for how you can drop 20, 30 pounds in less than 2 months. That's what happened for all three of us. By the end of month 2, we were all down 35 plus pounds. Personally, I was down over 40 pounds. It was a wild couple of months. It takes a little bit of work, but if you are ready to make a change in your life today, get on over to SDFatLoss.com. Get your free consultation. Talk with Wayne and Chloe. They will talk you through how you're going to be able to do this. And by the way, right now, special offer for our listeners. If you don't lose any weight within the first 10 days, they offer all your money back. So if you do the program, you sign up, you start working on it, and you don't lose anything in the first 10 days, all your money's coming back to you. That's because they know that if you stick to the program, you're going to lose the weight. And I actually had somebody reach out to me on Twitter yesterday asking, hey, what's the program that you, Rich and TD, always talk about with the fat loss? And I said, SDFatLoss.com. The next question he said, is it worth it? I said, look, it costs something, but it made such a positive impact that, yeah, it's absolutely worth it to get on over to SDFatLoss.com if you are ready to make a change in your life today. When we come back, whatever Rich's bad pun is about, that's what we're talking about. Coming up next on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update is presented by Lowe's. San Diego State basketball, they close out the Mountain West regular season tonight at Viejas Arena against Boise State. Get there early for senior night. Pregame coverage gets going at 6. Listen right here on San Diego Sports 760 or the free iHeartRadio app. Sticking in college hoops, Mountain West approving yesterday for basketball to play a 20-game regular season schedule beginning next year, ensuring that every team is going to play a home and road game against every team in the conference. And in the NFL, Broncos aren't done cutting yet. Justin Simmons gets released in a cap space saving move for Denver. One of the top safeties in football is now a free agent. Savings, and that's speaking the word Lowe's language. And with My Lowe's Rewards, your savings just keep coming with member-only offers. Learn more about their new loyalty program at lowes.com/MyLowe'sRewards. Subject to terms and conditions. See lowes.com/terms for details.
Champ here. When I'm in San Diego, I'm always hanging out at San Diego Sports 760. With who? Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Whammy!
Yeah, buddy. That's right. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. We are on Pip Watch here with the Big Bear Eagle Cam. The national bird looking slightly irritated while sitting in the snow, still on 3 eggs, waiting for those little pippins to be hatched.
Nope.
On a bar cart Friday. Brought to you by Keg and Bottle. 10 locations all throughout San Diego County. We're going to have True Proof Collective in here. Mercantile Irish Whiskey, Shanky's Whip. Gareth going to be in.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa. Come on.
Yeah.
Brian Dietz. Whew, come on.
Brian Dietz.
I love Brian Dietz.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
And Jason Momoa, when you said that, Gareth, the bartender who helped us out during one of these Bar Cart Fridays years ago. In fact, I think it was around St. Patrick's Day. It was around the same time of year.
Yeah.
It feels very.
It was like the Elite 8 of the best bracket ever.
It was a good.
Oh,
Oh, you
yeah.
might be right. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in the background of
Yeah.
one of those videos.
So
that
it would
we
have been
shot.
like the show after 314, which was a Wednesday. So it would have been the 316 last year.
Okay, so you nailed it.
What?
I don't know how you
Wait,
did that.
hold on.
But almost a year
High
to the
Day
day.
was a Monday?
Pi Day was a Wednesday. Gareth was in a bar cart Friday.
Oh,
the
that
14th
makes
was
sense.
Pi Day. The 16th would have been the Friday.
On Pie Day last
Unbelievable.
year, we sampled every fast food pie we could get our hands on.
And
Yeah.
7-Eleven pizza.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, it was just pies.
Pizza pie.
Pizza pie, yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
also did a chicken pot pie from KFC, which actually
So good.
won.
It won. It was so good. If you've never had a pot pie from KFC, go get you some.
That's right. Keg and Bottle, 10 locations all throughout San Diego County.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, Lord.
Man, and of course, Tony Conjo will be here as well. And we got a slew of giveaways we're going to be doing. Meanwhile, in the NFL, there's some moves being made.
Yeah, a lot. So the Chicago Bears are signing their star cornerback,
Mhm.
Jalen Johnson. He got a 4-year, $76 million deal after being tagged earlier this offseason. I forget the rules. I'm pretty sure they can now switch the franchise tag to someone else since they got this deal done with Johnson. So good news for the Bears on the defensive side of the ball with all this draft capital they have. I'm guessing they're going heavy offense in the draft, which means Caleb Williams most likely.
Right.
He was alleged to be taking a visit to Chicago this week. We were just talking to Jim Nagy about this earlier in the week. Also, over the last couple of years, they've made a bunch of big investments on the defense. Montez Sweat, after his trade from Washington, he signed that big contract. Tremaine Edmunds at linebacker signed a big contract. Now they have Johnson on the corner. So it feels like they're building something special. The question is, do they have the head coach?
They have the 1st and the 9th pick this year.
Yep.
Would you think about moving off of that 9th pick to try to get more equity in the draft later on?
It's possible. Some of that equity may be in years to come, though. And here's the problem. If you're Ryan Poles, if you're the head coach of this football team, Matt Eberflus, are you thinking to yourself like, yeah, we're going to be here forever?
Because what you can do at 1 and 9 is get Caleb Williams and then either the best offensive lineman there to protect Caleb Williams or a really good wide receiver there to have someone for Caleb Williams to throw to.
Look, if I'm the GM or the head coach, I'm building for now. If they get somehow... basically, if the owner supersedes their decision making, has a special advisor that's going to be there long after Matt Eberflus or Ryan Poles get fired from their positions, maybe it doesn't happen. But I think if I'm in their seats, I'm building for right now because I'm protecting my job today.
Yeah, I mean, if I were the Bears, I would have tried to. Well, I guess it was up to the Broncos at that point. They could have picked up J.J. McCarthy in the 9th spot, and then the Broncos, since they're just cashing checks here, they would have written the Bears a ton of money to get J.J. McCarthy, and they would have given him Justin Simmons. It would have worked out very well for them.
The Broncos released Justin Simmons after 8 seasons.
They got nothing.
They got nothing.
Yeah. Well, their problem is they don't even have room for the draft right now. They're just trying to offboard. Look, he was a victim of the salary cap. What they did with Russell Wilson, screwing up that deal so badly, has affected everything. Now, granted, if Russell Wilson's there, I guess there's a way to make it so that those chickens don't come home to roost. You can rework his deal. You could give him more guaranteed money for his effort. And then you could stave off some of that cap hit. So maybe Simmons doesn't have to go, but maybe he was going to be a victim of the salary cap anyways. I don't know. But also, it's not going well in Broncos country on the offense either, because now there's reports that they're looking to offload Courtland Sutton.
Well,
they're looking to offload potentially and trade Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Sutton, I think is a terrible one to have go away. I mean, but it's going to happen. He was unhappy apparently from the get-go here. So he, now that Russell Wilson was let go, Courtland Sutton on all of his social media pages deleted everything Broncos. It's like the start of a breakup here. So he's not happy. He wants out. I would imagine the Broncos just cut ties there as well. Jerry Jeudy, the dude can't catch. So I mean,
and he tears an ACL every other year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like that one's such a huge loss there. I think Justin Simmons on the other side of the ball is massive for the Broncos.
It was interesting, ESPN's reporting on Justin Simmons, because he is a really great safety in the NFL, but they were saying like this past season, he seemed not focused. He was missing plays that he usually would make and all these different things. That safety is still there. Like, he is a really good safety in the NFL.
Yeah, he was also part of a defense that gave up 70 points.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
To the Miami Dolphins. So there were problems. It wasn't all great. Now, don't get me wrong. I thought they recovered well after that game.
They had that month of September where they went 5-0.
It was
was it September?
I think it was
October.
Maybe. They were one of 3 teams in the NFL to have a perfect month.
There was a little life there. Yeah. And then it was quickly
through 5 games. I think they were 1-4, and then they turned it all around, and it felt like, like you said, it felt like they're on this tear, and then it kind of fell back to where it was again. Justin Simmons, up and down year, veteran, longtime veteran at the position. Here's the problem is, and New England was famous for this, you kind of want to get away from a player before they age on a contract. And so that could have been the reason why they're letting him go too. Either way, huge changes coming to the Bears roster. And it's everybody's feeling really positive about it, because it's like, hey, hope springs eternal. We have the draft coming up in spring, and we think we got a pretty good defense, and we're going to add all these players. And then you look at another team like the Denver Broncos, where all these changes and everybody goes, yeah, well, we don't have a quarterback, and we're gonna have to go find one in the draft, and
the barrel guy's dead.
Our receivers can't catch, and
our pets' heads are falling off.
Does Elway have any eligibility?
Well, we talk about the 5 quarterbacks in this draft that could all end up being starters next year at different NFL teams. I don't know that one of them's available at 12.
They might not be.
That's where the Broncos are sitting right now. So do the Broncos need to somehow make a move to move up in this draft?
Well, it's possible too. Like you were just talking about, hey, do the Bears do they get a little squirrely at 9? Well, if they targeted a player that they think is going to be available at 12, maybe they do the old switcheroo with Denver. Although Denver doesn't have a lot of draft capital to do switcheroos with, because they spent it all going to Seattle. Like, hey, could we have Russ? That didn't work out. Anyways,
so they'd be trading for lower round picks.
Yeah. Which I don't. Denver's in a tough spot. Sorry, TD.
No, it's cool. I mean, I get it. We're just gonna wade through the mess for probably. Well, I bet it's 4 or 5 years before there's some inkling of life there.
So you have a Drew Lock jersey.
Yeah,
he's gone.
It's sad.
Did you have a Justin Simmons jersey?
Yeah,
he's gone.
Did you have a Tebow jersey?
Yeah, no.
Did you have a
Tebow.
Paxton Lynch jersey?
No.
Did
Nope.
you have a Brock Osweiler jersey?
Nope, didn't have one of those
Did
either.
you have a Peyton Manning?
Yeah, nope, no Peyton Manning
Oh,
either.
wow.
I had an Elway. I got a Terrell Davis. I got a Ed McCaffrey.
Yo,
I got a Steve Atwater hanging in there.
Steve Atwater was awesome.
Yeah, and that's a solid one. You can wear that one at any time, and you get high fives.
Really nice guy too. I've interviewed Steve Atwater. Really, really sweet man. But no Paxton Lynch. Shocking.
Yeah, no, didn't jump on that bandwagon.
Who was that? Trevor Siemian?
Because I thought Drew Lock. Yeah,
Trevor Siemian?
Nope, no Trevor Siemian either.
No Russell Wilson.
No. Didn't do that either. You know what was great is I guess it was right after Elway retired. We went up to Denver. I saw a game up there, and Bubby Brister was supposed to be the quarterback who was supposed to play, and then it became Brian Greasy instead.
Oh yeah.
You could buy Bubby Brister jerseys for the exact amount of his number, $6. I'm not even kidding.
God.
At the team store, they were $6.
Bobby Brister, we're sorry.
Yeah.
All right. How about this? Coming up next, what's next for the next biggest thing? We'll fill in all the blanks. It's Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. All right, is he the next Conor McGregor, or is he just a carbon copy that's not going to work? We'll explain on the other side. Tons of giveaways on this show. We get started with our first one in the 7 o'clock hour, so keep listening for your opportunity to win a pair of Aztecs tickets, 2 pairs of Aztecs tickets on a Bar Car Friday, brought to you by Keg and Bottle, 10 locations around San Diego. Pair of tickets to Shamrock St. Patty's Day Music and Beer Festival. Also a pair of tickets to Outlaw Music Festival. All that coming up starting in the 7 o'clock hour. For right now, really interesting article written about UFC 299. Sugar Sean O'Malley will defend his bantamweight title against Chito Vera. Okay, so here's the interesting thing about the UFC for anybody who's catching up. The UFC doesn't have any sort of like ranking system that I'm aware of. It's just Dana White, in his mind with his team, they just pick the matchups they want to see. So if they feel like somebody's earned a title shot and it's very early in their career, they'll give that fighter a title shot. If they feel like a fighter may have earned a title shot, but there's not enough buzz around that fighter's name, they're not going to give that fighter a title shot. This is very much, hand in glove, promotion and talent in the UFC. So you got to have a gimmick. If you don't know who Sugar Sean O'Malley is, he is this rainbow-haired hick out of the backwoods of Lord God knows wheres, who has made himself this social media enterprise that's really, really popular, especially on TikTok, especially with the younger demographic. Fletch, you watch a lot of these fights. What do you think of the fighter versus the promoter?
You are so right about Dana White, by the way. And I think that's the only way to run this type of business successfully, is to literally just whoever has the most buzz around them is getting a shot at the title. And then if they're good, that's a great bonus to it. Like Paddy the Baddy is going to get an earlier shot at the title than most people would because he generates a lot of income for the UFC.
Exactly.
So I fell in love with the UFC during COVID when it was literally the only sport on. Sugar Sean O'Malley's rise to fame happened during COVID when the UFC was the only sport on. And so he immediately became my favorite fighter. And what he does is something that the UFC craves, which he is a knockout specialist and will have these huge viral moments that happen in like 15 seconds where he just knocks the dude's lights out. And now he's going up against Cheeto Vera for the second time. Cheeto Vera is the only person to ever beat Sugar Sean O'Malley. So they're able to design these fights in these ways and promote these things so big that Sugar Sean's out there saying he is an undefeated UFC fighter. Well, he's not. Cheeto Vera beat him. But now Dana White's able to go and put them back to back again, and it should make up for an awesome night. But when you look at Sugar Sean O'Malley, the reason that people are even talking about him in the same breath as Conor McGregor is because he has this massive army of followers that are under 16 years old who have become huge UFC fans because of him.
Yeah, you know, I actually looked this up because I went bantamweight. Are they talking about bantam chickens?
No, they're not.
They are.
Are they?
The name for the class was derived from bantam chickens. Brazilian jiu-jitsu has an equivalent called rooster weight. Jiu-jitsu, rooster weight. Giselle Bundchen's jiu-jitsu trainer, rooster. What's the other name for rooster?
He's the cock of the walk.
That's it. That's it. We did
I
it.
feel like you deserve a lap,
What?
but you just tied something together that I had no idea about.
What?
Yeah.
Listen,
Bantamweight.
bantam chickens are popular because they have more yolk than white.
I've never even heard of a bantam chicken.
That's actually what my doctor said about me.
That's why you're on the man zone.
It's a bantam chicken.
Oh, actually, yeah, I've seen those. You know that they run around Hawaii all the time.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not even gonna say, but I've eaten a bantam chicken. There's no question about that. I know for sure. Okay. So Sean O'Malley, I'll say two things. One, he's not the mainstream success that Conor McGregor was
yet.
I'm curious if he'll ever get to that profile. I don't know if he can, if he's not knocking people out at an alarming rate, because in the fight game, at the end of the day, you can be any sort of promoter you want. But if you have a chin and it gets found a couple times over, nobody cares. Nobody cares. And now this is a great rematch, obviously defending his belt from a guy who's beaten him in the past. That's going to be a fun fight. He's got to win it.
Look, here's the gist of your argument. Cheeto Vera is a better fighter than Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley gets way more hype than Cheeto Vera ever will because Sean O'Malley has the hair, he has the showmanship, he has the crazy knockouts.
Yep.
And so that's where you end up with Sean O'Malley getting the comparison to Conor McGregor when Cheeto Vera is probably the one who deserves it.
Look, Buster Douglas is a footnote in the overall legacy of Mike Tyson. Buster Douglas at the height of the Mike Tyson era, and there were excuses. He was fighting in Japan. He might have had an STD, if I'm remembering the correct fight. Yeah, it was crazy.
Might have.
Yeah. So like
got laid.
he got beat up by Buster Douglas, but we remember Mike Tyson for one reason only, because he was this machine. He had this machine he was absolutely unbelievably talented. And so Sugar Sean O'Malley, it comes down to one thing. You can have the hair, the rainbow hair. You can have the Instagram and TikTok followers. But if you're not knocking dudes out in the octagon, nobody cares. So that's the reason why Conor McGregor has proper 12 whiskey now and has made a legacy for himself. Sean O'Malley needs to get this win.
Now, here's the real question. Do we believe Sugar Sean O'Malley is going to knock out Cheeto Vera within the first couple rounds?
Well, that's where you want to get on your Prize Picks app.
Bingo. Sugar Sean actually set for 112.5 significant strikes in this one, which they're thinking this is going to go all 5 rounds. I do not believe that. I am taking the less all day long. If you want to get in on the action with Prize Picks, if you're ready for UFC 299 coming up this weekend, I am going to be locked in, and a large part of that is because of the Prize Picks app, the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Over 3 million active members in the US of A. It's the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. And unlike those other apps on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers, no sharks, no competitive leagues. All you're doing is picking more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you can watch the winnings roll in. Now you can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000 on pro basketball, hockey, college basketball, MMA, and more, including darts and League of Legends and Call of Duty. Anything you want, it's on Prize Picks. I promise you that. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use promo code Fletch. Get a first deposit match up to $100, and you can use 10 of those dollars to win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks. 4 correct picks, $10, $1,000. You get the point. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use promo code Fletch and start winning if you have the skills. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. This update presented by Lowe's. San Diego State basketball, they close out the Mountain West regular season tonight at Viejas Arena against Boise State. Shut up. Get there early for senior night. Our pregame coverage will begin at 6. Listen on San Diego Sports 760 or the free iHeartRadio app. Sticking with college hoops, Mountain West approving yesterday for the basketball to play a 20-game regular season schedule beginning next year, ensuring that every team gets a true round robin in conference. And in the NFL, Broncos are not done cutting yet. Justin Simmons gets released in the cap space saving move for Denver. One of the top safeties in football, now a free agent. Savings, now that's speaking the Lowe's language with My Lowe's Rewards. Your savings keep coming with member-only offers. Learn more about their new loyalty program at lowes.com/MyLowe'sRewards. Subject to terms and conditions. See lowes.com/terms for details.
Happy Friday to those who celebrate. We certainly do here on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. It's a Bar Car Friday brought to you by Keg and Bottle, 10 locations around San Diego. We are going to have Mercantile Irish Whiskey Shanky's Whip, which I believe is a boozy whip topping. We're going to be squirting on top of an Irish coffee later. Wow. Yeah, I went there.
Yeah.
Pause.
What?
Wow.
What?
Wait, hold on.
Continue.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, look, we're going to have the True Proof Collective come in here. Have Gareth, Brian's going to join us. Also, Tony Kanja, owner-operator of Keg and Bottle. So if you are getting set for your weekend, start your weekend at Keg and Bottle. All right, so we talked a lot about the Aztecs, give you a little news and notes about UFC 299 this week, and let's get back into the NFL. We did this yesterday, but we did it on the AFC side. So pre-draft, you look around these divisions in the AFC and the
Hosmer be an all-star this season.
That's right. That's how we start every NFL conversation, by first discussing whether or not Eric Hosmer, who may or may not be retired and moving on to a media
Number
career,
2.
whether he
Will
will
Eric
be
Hosmer
an
be an
all-star.
all-star this season?
Our countdown girl has not returned our messages.
Yeah, we followed her on every social media. We tried
Actually,
to get
I have her on StreamYard right now. You ready?
Yeah, please.
Number 3.
She just redid the number 3 then.
Well, we're just missing the number 1.
We just need that number 1.
That's right. That's right.
Coming through the phone would be better than, will Eric Hosmer be an all-star? Okay, so yesterday, AFC, we were in consensus a lot. I believe in the AFC North, we all said Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
In the AFC South, we all said Texans, although I threw in that the Colts, they have my attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, Houston Texans, Bengals, those two divisions. We all said in the West, okay, it's the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, what? It looks like it might be.
Now, on the East side, we both said the Bills. Fletch was the only defector who said the Dolphins. So in consensus across all those divisions, except for the one where Fletch zigged where we zagged. Now we move on to the NFC. Again, this is pre-draft. We're going to do this again after the draft, and we're going to see if any changes need to be made, any amendments after we see what teams do. So let's start in the North. You have the NFC. This is contentious now, right? Because all of a sudden, Kirk Cousins is no longer a Minnesota Viking. All of a sudden, Jordan, man. Well, yeah, he's a free agent. I guess they could re-sign him. It doesn't look like they're going to re-sign him. In Green Bay, they have a new sheriff in town. It's Jordan Love instead of Aaron Rodgers. The Chicago Bears have the first overall pick. Looks like they're going QB. And the Detroit Lions, it really does feel like they're the best team. And I think I'm sticking with it. I like Detroit. I like Dan Campbell. I like how Jared Goff has performed for the Lions. I like Sam Laporta. I like their receiving core.
Detroit will be in the NFC Championship again next year.
Wow.
Dude, I think I agree. I like Detroit a lot.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I would go Detroit. However, in the NFC North, I do think the Packers are going to have a much better showing this year, and I think that's going to be a fight. And
they will be a playoff team again this year.
Yeah, but I believe I feel like they'll be just 1, maybe 2 games behind Detroit this season.
Yeah, a little bit of the AFC South vibe for me in the NFC North, where I'm certain that I feel strongly about the Texans, and I don't know how much is going to change after the draft, but the Colts have my attention in that division.
And Jordan Love at the end of last season was figuring it out.
Yeah,
I mean, there was a gelling that happened.
Well, it's like last 3 games, it was 11 touchdowns, 1 interception. Yeah. It was crazy numbers that he was putting up. Right. He was awesome.
NFC North, the Green Bay Packers certainly have our attention.
Are we ready to just chop the NFC South off?
Well, you can't. Well, I mean,
The Bucks won a
yes.
playoff game.
Yeah, yeah. Well, then again, Tampa Bay was in the postseason. yeah.
Well, because they won the division.
yeah.
Did they win a playoff game this year?
No, they won the playoff game.
Yeah, they beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They played against the Lions, and by the way, took it to the Lions. That was a shootout
Playoff
between
Baker is special.
Baker Mayfield. Well, and again, another free agent. We'll see what happens with Baker Mayfield. But here's the deal: Tampa Bay. You look at them. You look at the Saints, who it felt like they were going to be the natural NFC South champions. They just never could put it all together. The Atlanta Falcons, the Carolina Panthers, those two teams look to be in disarray right now, both searching for quarterbacks. How much trust do you put in the Saints? How much trust do you think that the Bucks will be able to put the pieces back together again if they move off of Baker?
I can make a pretty good argument that the Atlanta Falcons will win the division next year if they get a quarterback, whether it's Kirk Cousins, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, name a name, somebody in the draft. If they can hit on a quarterback, either in free agency or in the draft, the Atlanta Falcons should win this division.
I agree with Fletch, and I think they will. I think they will make a move. I think they'll put somebody at the helm there. This is not a strong division. They don't have to do a whole lot there. I want to say Bucks, but I'm gonna say Falcons because I think they're gonna make some changes here.
People love Dennis Allen in New Orleans. I'm not sure I buy in. New coach in Atlanta, new coach in Carolina. I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Todd Bowles did a really nice job organizing that team a year ago. I'm going to take the Bucks again. So you guys both have the Falcons. I'm taking the Buccaneers.
Can I do Falcons contingent upon a quarterback?
Well, no, we're going to return to this.
Yeah, right.
Well, I know, but
So it's what you say now. Well, I'm not holding you to it.
Okay.
Nobody
Yeah,
is.
yeah, right.
After the draft, you may feel differently.
then for right now, I will say Falcons asterisk.
All right. So we went from the north to the south. Let's go from the east to the west. NFC East: Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, New York Giants, the Washington Commanders.
So I can chop two teams off right
Okay,
now.
there you go.
I could chop off the Commanders and the Giants.
Yeah.
They got a
Man.
lot of work to do, both those teams.
That bums me out because 2 years ago the Giants were fun.
Yeah.
It was a fun watch.
Yeah. Saquon Barkley had one of those years where you're like, wow.
And so did Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes looks good with a run game.
Yeah.
And there's potential, by the way, we can chop a third team off in this division, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
If they're rebuilding now an offensive line, which has been the best part of this team over the last handful of years,
Although I did just see Lane Johnson post a workout video
surprising to me.
where he was doing a farmer's carry with 705 pounds for about a 15-yard walk.
He's a beast. I would just be surprised that he's coming back without Jason Kelsey because they're such brothers in arms.
Yeah. Although, I mean, we'll see. I mean, if he sticks around, they at very least have one of those bookend tackles still with him. All right, so
They still have Mailata.
they have Mailata, who's a talented left tackle. What do we think? So the Eagles,
I
the
don't.
Dallas Cowboys.
yeah.
Who wins that division?
Cowboys in lame duck years for
Yeah.
what's his name? Mike McCarthy, and
Jeez.
and Dak Prescott, depending on the contract.
What?
Do you hear? Like, there's
I don't know if
conflicting
Wayne and Corey
stories.
talked to him yet. Just relax, man.
Yeah.
Like Jerry Jones talking about Dak's contract compared to Dak Prescott talking about Dak's contract are two very different conversations in the media right now.
Yeah, look, the Cowboys win this division. Mike McCarthy still gets fired. I mean, it's not going to be a great year, but they win the division.
I kind of feel similarly. The NFC East does this where it feels like a bunch of teams don't want to win the division, and then finally one of them does. I think that the Dallas Cowboys will. I don't think it means that, like you pointed out, Mike McCarthy's job is safe. Dak Prescott may end up getting a deal done before this season begins. We'll see what
a
happens there.
$60 million
That's
a year
what he
deal.
wants.
Yeah, well, he said he's pretty confident. Actually, his quote was, "It'll happen."
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, he knows negotiating with Jerry Jones, all you got to do is wait. And then old Jerry goes, "Come on, Dak. Don't make me do it."
He gets impatient, and
then-
Dak can just say, "Add another zero," and then
I'll
we're
tell you
called
what,
done.
that pen was awfully heavy at the beginning of the preseason, but now it's getting a bit lighter, Dak. I might have to sign the dotted line.
All right, someone asked me this the other day, and I got the answer wrong. I'm going to ask you guys.
Yeah.
Who got second place in the NFC West last year?
The NFC West, but I guess it was the Rams.
It was the Rams. I thought it was the Seahawks. And now there was only one game separating the two teams, but the Rams ended up winning the NFC West. And at the beginning of the year last year, you would not have thought that was the case. But heading into next year, NFC West, is everyone all Niners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Which,
I mean, yeah.
so,
Good. Do you see
good. They have fully assimilated.
Yeah. How could you? Okay. So let's be very clear about this. The Rams are rebuilding still. They have some work to do. Matthew Stafford's not getting any younger.
10-win team in a rebuild. That's impressive.
Brock was, it was very impressive. Brock was the best quarterback in that division last year. He's young and only getting better. So I have a lot of faith in what they're doing in San Francisco. The Rams, especially if you're putting all your faith on an very quickly aging Matthew Stafford, it could be a rough year. If he has another year like he did 2 years ago left in him, holy cow, it's the Rams division to win now.
Who's the Niners athletic writer? Is that Cam Inman?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it is Cam
Okay,
Inman.
so
yeah.
I was reading his article yesterday then, and he was talking about this being really the last chance where it's feasible for the Niners to add a big name free agent, especially with the increase in the salary cap. Like, they have the room right now while Brock is still on the rookie deal to add somebody big this offseason and potentially help out the offense a little bit, because in the end, the defense really wasn't the problem. Patrick Mahomes was the problem. So you look at what's going to happen with the 49ers this offseason. If they re-sign Brandon Ayuk to a multi-year deal, $25 million a year probably is what it's going to take, they'll still have room to add another big offensive piece.
Why does the AFC feel so much more interesting to me?
I know what you mean.
The NFC, I guess, feels a little stagnant. Like it's the same.
It's all quarterbacks.
It is.
Colin was going through this yesterday, and he was having this conversation of the AFC being that much more intriguing to everyone because of the quarterbacks that are in the AFC.
Think about the top teams in the NFC. Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford, throw them in the bunch. Baker Mayfield was a playoff quarterback. You talk about Brock. You talk about Jared Goff. Like, these were the best of the best in the NFC. And then you look at the AFC, and it's littered. It's Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, two of which play in the same division, for crying out loud. Josh Allen.
Lamar Jackson.
Aaron Rodgers.
Lamar Jackson.
Joe Flacco.
Well,
that's right. Well, Deshaun Watson. The Browns are praying that it works out with Deshaun Watson.
CJ Stroud.
Oh my
gosh,
it's unbelievable. The AFC right now, they're stealing headlines with all the big names at quarterback. It's unbelievable. Well, we'll revisit this. Again, a lot of consensus on both sides in terms of our divisional breakdown here prior to the draft. We'll see in legitimately a month and a half's time. We're going to be revisiting this, and I bet you it's a different list.
Why is the storyline of Caleb Williams denying the Bears? Why has that gone away?
Denying them?
Yeah, like, you remember it was the kind of the last couple weeks of the college football season. It was like Caleb Williams is going to say no if the Bears try to draft him. I haven't heard that in weeks now.
Well, okay, so this is how this works, and you know this, Fletch. You know this, TD. I'm not informing you guys of anything, but the question is a good one because we forget sometimes that there's a lot of smoke involved with the draft. So who would that benefit? Would that benefit like Caleb Williams? Maybe, if he really didn't want to go to the Chicago Bears, but it would benefit a team who wants Caleb Williams, who doesn't want the Bears to select him.
Right.
So if another team sources that report and says Caleb Williams will refuse the Bears if they try to take him,
like, I don't know, the Commanders,
for example,
who are sitting at 2.
Exactly. All of a sudden, they get Caleb Williams instead of the Bears if that moves the Bears off of him. It didn't work.
But why doesn't Caleb Williams step up and say, yeah, I don't know, I heard it. I've never said that.
He doesn't have to publicly. All he has to do is have his agent get on the phone with the Chicago Bears and say, hey, listen, all of those reports are phony baloney. These agents have long-standing relationships with front office folks. So Ryan Poles, the GM, went, any merit to this? You guys really not going to come to Chicago if we, and then he probably went, no, that's absolutely ridiculous. We'll be in touch.
Right.
And that's how that went down. Yeah. What I got for you is UFC 299's coming up this weekend, a huge card. Headlining that card, Sugar Sean O'Malley defending his bantamweight title against Chito Vera. He says he's 17-0. Chito has something to say about that.
Well, Chito literally beat him. I don't know why Sugar Sean says he's 17-0.
I know. It's actually kind of funny.
It's hilarious.
It's actually kind of funny.
I love Cheetos.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
buddy, a crunchy Cheeto. I don't know.
Hate to burst your bubble. It's CHITO.
So they're
And his
spelled
name's
differently.
actually
They're pronounced the
but
same.
yeah, pronounce the same.
What do
Same
they call
pronunciation.
Malapropisms?
Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
something like that, or
Yeah.
or
Yeah, I
an
do that.
anagram?
I do that every day.
Yeah, who doesn't? Former UFC lightweight champ Chael Sonnen said he's planning on running for governor of Oregon at some point. Sonnen will most likely run as a Republican. He's previously described himself as a huge fan of former President Donald Trump. Here's one of the platforms he's running on. He's going to deputize motorcycle clubs and biker gangs to patrol the streets of Oregon. He goes, you want school shootings to go away? Give the Mongols guns.
Yeah.
You want
I don't
people
know
to,
if that's the answer.
you want people to stop jaywalking? Give the gypsy jokers AR-15s.
Listen, this
It's
is
so weird he didn't say any of this when he was on our show.
Yeah, that was
I wish he
weird.
would have.
Well, here's our. We should. I wish we had more time with him. He went on Patrick Bet Davis's or David. He went on his podcast, and he had 3 hours with him, or some part of it. And so he just, I mean, Chael will go and go and go and go and talk and talk and talk.
Right.
And so when they got into politics, he's like, shoot, I might run for governor. He was
It
like,
feels like he played that video game that you're on the motorcycle and it's a zombie apocalypse through Oregon. Actually, was just like, no,
Okay.
we should do this in real life.
okay, quick timeout. So I'm signaling 30 seconds to the
Mhm.
scorers
Okay.
table,
All
and
right.
I turn my attention to TD. So you're a big video games guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a video game. I'm going to say the first 2 words of it.
Okay.
It was, when I tell you this captured me for like 2 years of my childhood, it was the only game I played.
Okay.
Road Rash.
Oh my gosh. Come on.
Road Rash.
Road
Never heard of
Rash.
it.
Okay, so Road Rash. Road Rash 2. Road Rash 2 was the best of the bunch.
Dude,
Okay.
you drove around as a biker on races against other bikers and you swung chains at them.
Yeah.
Was it connected? So like I could play with you from my house and you in your
This
house.
was
No.
before that.
No, yeah, no. You just pop this into your Sega Genesis. Yeah, dude. Road Rash shaped my childhood. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to have a bike and just hit people with bats and chains.
Road Rash 3D on PlayStation when it first came out, when they made the transition,
Was very good.
was one of my favorite games of all time. Yeah,
Yeah.
like he just said, you pulled as a biker, you pulled a baseball bat out of the back of your shirt and smacked people over the head until they fell off their bike, or a chain, or like a barbed wire wrapped crowbar.
Oh yeah, that's right. But you had to ride up to someone who had one already and take it from
oh
them.
my god, I forgot about that part. And then you could kick them, you kick the bike,
Yeah.
and then the bike would slide out.
And then you had to run from the cops.
Dude,
You still have this game?
I have 1, 2, and 3.
Bring it in.
dude, we need to play Road Rash ASAP.
Okay, it's on.
We need you to bring it in.
No
Holy
problem.
cow. I can't, dude. That was like one of those core memories that just bubbled up. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's real good.
Life is good. Life is really good, gents. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
on the other side, we have tons to get to. All those giveaways we promised, we've given away none of them.
What should we do one now?
Maybe, you know what?
Yeah. What do we do? A pair of Aztecs.
You want to do a pair of Aztecs?
I like a pair of Aztecs
How
right
about we
now.
give away the pair of Aztecs in the break? You
Ooh.
have to be listening to this
a good
break,
idea.
this commercial break. We're going to jump in at any point. We're
Yep.
going to surprise you.
with the keyword Lil Pippins?
No.
Lil Scotties.
No.
That's what I meant to say. Lil Scotties.
All right, if you want to win Aztecs, keep listening. Before we get to that, it's International Women's Day.
Yeah, it
and
is.
Andy Reid has spoken out about one of the most influential women on the planet. But before any of that,
Oprah?
Not Oprah. Maybe second then. Flex, tell us
Wait,
what you're doing this week. Are you
Michelle
playing golf?
Obama?
Not Michelle Obama. Damn it.
Are you
TD.
boys ready? Like after March Madness, all of a sudden our calendar frees up quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And the three of us, when we have free time on our calendar, what do we like to do?
We like to drink and ride in carts.
Yep.
On small paths
Mhm.
around giant parks
Yep.
that have holes in them.
Yeah.
Bingo.
And what do? We put our balls in those holes. Woo!
That'd be called golf, Richard.
Thank you.
And it's really fun. And if you're an avid golfer, if you're looking to play some more golf, create some lasting relationships while you're at it, you got to sign up at primetimes.golf today. Primetimes.golf. They got an awesome event going on tomorrow out at the Vineyard up in Escondido. There's going to be 16 people. All of you are having similar interest in business and in life. And primetimes.golf will set up the tee time so that you're playing with someone that it makes sense for you to play golf with. That's the next event. It's tomorrow at the Vineyard in Escondido. tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. If you haven't played the course before, it's one of the hidden gems of golf in San Diego. Beautiful course, not crowded, reasonably priced, very friendly, welcoming feel to the place and staff. And now is your time to get in. We're within the 72-hour window. We're about 24 hours away. So you can get on with the value golf at primetimes.golf. You pay $50 to sign up. Book this tee time for $20. Then you get 2 more rounds of golf this month for $20 a pop at some of the nicest courses around San Diego, including Coronado, the California Golf Club up in North County, and a bunch more as well. But primetimes.golf, they're going to create the pairings and the foursomes with the best strategic alignment possible. And of course, after the round, there's an open seating table reserved for us at the clubhouse after the golf. Please register early so that primetimes.golf can work on the optimal pairings and groupings. I was asked to describe this to somebody yesterday, and I said it's kind of like LinkedIn for golf, except you're already established in your life. You're not looking for a new job. Whether you're looking for networking golf or value golf, primetimes.golf is the place to go. This event is the first thing you'll see when you open up primetimes.golf today. Go sign up today. Primetimes.golf. Sign up for tomorrow's event out at the Vineyard. Coming up next, we got more Big Rich, TD, and Fletch ahead of a Bar Cart Friday.
Andy Reid reaffirms he's a big fan of one particular woman on International Women's Day, and we are big fans of some women on International Women's Day. And we got tickets to give away right now. Caller number 5, 877-767-4760. You're going to win a pair of tickets to go see the Aztecs play their regular season finale against Boise State tonight, Viejas Arena. Call now.
This update presented by San Diego International Airport. We'll begin with San Diego State basketball. They're closing out the Mountain West regular season tonight at Viejas Arena against Boise State. Congrats to Scott, who just won a pair of tickets. We still got one more to give away later on in the show today. Pre-game coverage begins at 6 tonight. Listen right here on San Diego Sports 760 or the free iHeartRadio app. Sticking with college hoops, Mountain West approved yesterday for basketball to play a 20-game regular season schedule beginning next year, ensuring that each team will play a true round robin as opposed to the 18-game schedule they play this year. And in the NFL, Broncos cutting Justin Simmons, one of the top safeties in football, now a free agent. At San Diego International Airport, parking should be stress-free. If you're traveling soon, make a parking reservation in advance for the Terminal 2 parking plaza or curbside valet. It's as easy as 123 at san.org/parking.
Yeah. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. San Diego Sports 760. It's a Bar Card Friday here. That's right. The sweet sounds of Big Rich Ornberger.
It's ladies' night.
Yeah, International Ladies Night. That's what it is.
Oh, is that bath too hot?
What? Yeah. Enough. Is there enough bubbles in that?
I call it a jacuzzi because that's what you're going to be after I'm done with you. You want the BGs? The bubble guts?
How are you guys going to spoil your ladies tonight?
Yeah.
And don't say that ever again.
I'm so sorry. I was riffing and that's
You
where
know
my
what?
brain went.
Get the hell out.
No
That's a
way.
lap. Might be a lap and a half.
It's sort of.
I liked it a lot.
Is he running a lap for me?
No, you're running a lap.
Me? It's me. Damn it. Hang on, I
I
gotta turn
don't
my
understand
camera
how
back
that's
on.
a lap.
Okay,
I thought that was amazing.
let me explain myself. I was thinking like
Like,
How-
take it easy at a jacuzzi?
yeah, and also like, I mean, how how repellent it would be if I was like wearing an opened silk robe, holding like a charcuterie board, like, let me warm you up to the idea of date night with me. Oh, what's that? Why am I so hairy?
I feel like the like if your wives were to put together the ultimate ladies' night,
Yeah.
what would it look like? I mean, I can tell you right off the bat for me.
I mean, there is no question in my mind. It would include an eye mask and an early bedtime.
What? Yeah. What? So for me,
Probably
it would
away
be.
from you and the kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say for Rich, I feel like it's gonna be take the kids and leave.
Yeah.
For me, it's gonna be take the dog and leave.
Yeah, so it doesn't wake her up in the middle of the night.
That's so weird. My wife likes me.
Oh,
Yeah.
just wait. Just wait. Dude, how long
Yeah,
is
because what do you have? Like 8 months before you have a child?
Oh, shut up. No.
well, let me ask you this question.
Oh.
How long have you two been living together?
Since COVID first started,
Well, no.
Wow,
like,
wow.
oh, wow. Okay. So,
like we moved in together 3 months before COVID.
okay. So you guys are working on about 5 years coming up
Huh.
pretty soon.
Yeah, and
Okay.
we've been married we're about to have our second wedding anniversary this month.
I just realized that on International Women's Day that there's an International Women's Night, and tonight could be the night that
Well,
we celebrate
Turns out I'll be at Viejas Arena all night.
All night.
all night.
All night.
You're not sleeping there, bub.
Yeah,
and by the way,
and
you're not sleeping when you get home either.
Ex-
Wink.
And after an Aztecs victory, and they break records and go undefeated at home, you are going to be fired up.
Yeah.
Fired up.
Yeah. You're going to be fired up enough to maybe create life.
Probably not. Paris
Are you
says,
sure?
I agree. Lap time for Rich.
Wow.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm just going to be right back. It's good. Yes. Good. We
But
got
on a more serious, like International Women's Day, all three of us have beautiful, awesome mothers.
Yes.
TV, you got anything you want to share about Mama Dale?
my
I got something I want to share about your mom.
you want to share about my mom?
Yeah,
What do you want to share about my mom?
she makes the most beautiful Texas sheet cake I've ever eaten.
Yeah, she does make the most.
One
beautiful
time
Texas
she
sheet
convinced
cake.
Rich to give her a drive to the airport.
Yeah, she did do that as well. She's very convincing. Look, my mom is the reason I'm here. Okay, my stupidity that she just let run wild as a kid. I appreciate her letting me be creative and do stupid things around the house. My mom is a saint. I know I was not a great child. So, no, thank you, Mom. Love you, Mom. Love it. The end.
That's beautiful.
I feel like you could have been talking about anybody.
Yeah.
She's cool.
Yeah, she's cool.
Good and stuff.
That's what you caught me off guard. I don't know.
That was really great.
All right.
Mama Dale deserves all the love, all the flowers.
Mom-
Mama Fletch is a true badass. Like we don't talk about it often, but when I was in college, she got diagnosed with cancer and kicked the crap out of it from the get-go and went to all the stuff that cancer comes with and all the hell that it comes with. And she really did just dominate it. So when you look at the Fletcher athleticism and how powerful and strong all of us are, especially Alex, not so much me, it all comes from Mama Fletch. And during our wedding, when I was dancing with Mama Fletch for the first dance, I don't think I realized how hard all the emotions of that moment would hit, but they did in a big way. And I'm so grateful for that lady. And on International Women's Day, Mama, I love you.
Wow, that is beautiful.
That is beautiful. Also, I think you called your mom a dominatrix.
No,
Yeah.
I said she's a dominant beast.
Oh, dominant.
Oh,
Okay. Wait. Well, I mean, either way, I mean,
Pretty cool.
pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Except there's a lot more leather involved with one.
Mhm.
All right.
Jesus, man.
I'm sorry. Listen, what happens between Angela and Keith is between Angela and Keith
And Mike Costa.
and Mike Costa. Somehow he's involved.
Does your mom own a lot of leather?
No.
Okay, well, these are questions. This is a natural progression of things.
People want to know.
What about whips?
Oh, yeah.
What about
No.
Shanky's
Shaky's
whips?
whip.
We do have a great picture of my mom holding a BB gun. One
I
year
thought you were going to say
Boy.
in leather and whip.
no, our backyard got
She
infested
has a
by
collar.
blue jays, and
Oh,
they
Lord.
kept eating all her plants. And my mom has this awesome garden,
Mm.
and so every
Oh.
morning at like 6 a.m. she would go out with her BB gun and take care of some blue jays. Man,
Man, when I was a kid, we had robins all over the place. And there was like a telephone line that kind of ran through my backyard. We had a larger lot that we lived on.
Yeah.
And so I'm walking around with a BB gun. I see this robin up on the telephone line. I'm probably 10 years old. I shoot this thing. I hear it fall. And then I hear the neighbors behind us start screaming. It fell on their little dining table outside.
Honey,
Yeah.
the robin fell right off the wire.
So
Richie, you got a Mama Ornberger story
Yeah,
that doesn't include you walking in on her and your dad?
yeah, that was an unfortunate day.
Hmm.
Years
was
after
it International Women's Night?
That, no, that
It was
like-
that night.
That was an afternoon delight, unfortunately. And I was just looking for some mac and cheese, for Christ's sakes.
Good Lord.
Oh, imagine. They were stirring the pot themselves. Look, the point is,
A wooden spoon.
Cool. Yeah, excuse me. Oh, it really was. Stop saying that in my ear. It really was. It was awful.
Oh my God, man.
Okay.
Whew.
Recovering from that, here's what I'll say about Mama Ornberger. On International Women's Day, I have to say, without my mom, I wouldn't be where I am here today with you guys, because I would have never played football. I would have never chased the dream of like sacrificing all the other sports to invest completely in football. I probably would have gone off on a complete different life path, because there was a lot of people in my life who were encouraging me to stick with other sports as well and saying, hey, no, you don't want to put all your eggs in that basket. And I believed that football was the path to go to college and get a scholarship, and who knows, maybe one day be a professional. And it felt like at times she was the only person who believed me. I would tell anybody who would listen, I'm going to be the best there ever was. And without somebody who's going to support you the way she did, I don't know if I'm able to accomplish what I was able to accomplish. So yeah, on International Women's Day, Patricia Ornberger, Mom, you're the reason why I am who I am. I mean, that's the reality of the situation.
I would like to say I said the same thing, and you told me, and that was so generic. Yours just was a little lengthier.
little more emotion behind.
Yeah,
Rich's, I think.
it was definitely more
You had some
emotional.
voice cracks.
Yeah, yeah.
TD, you were just so bland.
You were like, listen, she makes cake.
She's sweet.
She let me.
Beautiful woman.
You know what else she makes? She makes bread.
I shaved the cat
What?
one day, Mr. Mittens. I just was like, we call him Mr. Mittens, and I wanted to see what it would look like an
His
actual mitten, so I just left the fur on his paws.
His name was Butch. Thank you.
615 TD. I would take your mom out to a nice seafood dinner, and I would call her again.
Wow.
Mama Dale dating show.
Wow.
Mama Dale dating show.
Wow. I'm telling you right now, Mama Dale, I gave her a lift to Petco Park because she was a flag waver for the Holiday Bowl.
The flag unfurler.
The flag unfurler.
Yeah.
She is.
God, how much better would it have been if she was part of like the flag team?
Oh my God, just firing rifles. She gives a 21 gun salute. She is easily one of the sweetest human beings I've ever met in my life. And then I just the mere mention, I said, by the way, thank you. I never got to thank you in person for the Texas sheet cake. The very next day, you showed up to work with Texas sheet cake that she drove here from Temecula.
That is true. Yeah. And then drove from here back to Riverside.
God. Now, so
Listen,
anyways,
like I said, she makes bread, homemade bread. So maybe we could put a request in. That's all
she
I'm
makes
saying.
bread like a sourdough?
Like
Focaccia?
well, I don't know. I don't know what the breads are. Not a sourdough, no, because
Okay.
I know she doesn't have a sourdough starter, but I know it takes like days.
How about shout out to Mama Shadow? Is that her name?
Yeah. Well, no, it's Jackie.
Jackie.
I'm with Jackie.
Like
Also,
a-
you know
like-
what? While we're here, look, the women who lead us here at iHeart are all women. I mean, all the leaders here.
Oh, no
Yeah.
question.
So thank you very much.
Noreen, the San Diego iHeart president,
Mhm.
Aaron Bauman, who's
Yep.
in charge of accounts here, $240 million or above.
Crazy.
She also just won Employee of the Quarter.
Yep. She's going to be on with us at 8:30, by
Yep.
the way.
Oh, she will?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
I
Okay.
confirmed.
EB's coming in. Taylor
Mary
Jukes,
Ayala.
Mary Ayala, our program director.
Right? Marty Caswell.
Marty Caswell, Darren Smith's anchor.
Well, I thought you were going to say Darren Smith.
Jim Russell.
Jim Russell.
Taylor Jukes, the senior vice president of
Yeah.
programming over here. Look, we've got very lucky to be surrounded by great people.
Taylor Yip, responsible for pretty much every prize given away on this station.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Very true. All right. We did it.
Guys-
Andy Reid also. we haven't paid off on that.
No, oh shoot. Okay. On the other side, Andy Reid talking about the fundamental piece to the Chiefs' success this season. Before we get to that, I do want to say this. If you see me smile, it's because I have a great dentist. Honestly, there were times where I wouldn't want to have the camera on me because I was missing teeth in the back of my mouth. It's weird. Like certain angles, you could actually see it. I was missing molars for years. I cracked a bunch of teeth, but during my playing career, they all rotted. Even though you brush your teeth, you floss, you do all the right things, you can't stop the charge of whatever it is, decay or bacteria. So I had these teeth removed, and then I needed another extraction done. I was fretting over who I was going to have do all this work for me. And then I finally found Ocean View Dental on a recommendation actually here from LaDonna Harvey across the hall at Kogo News. She said he is the best dentist, Dr. Jordan Colby, the best dentist you'll ever meet. And she wasn't lying. I was told by my former dentist that all the work I needed done, 3 implants and an extraction, would take a year and a half. Dr. Jordan Colby did it in 3 months. He did it safely. He did it all at the same office. I was 100% confident in his work after seeing the before and afters that are prominently displayed on his website, oceanviewdental.com. Go check it out. It's unbelievable. So if you have major dental work that you need to have done, go to Dr. Jordan Colby. If you're just getting your next, cavity filling or teeth cleaning, or if you just got minor stuff you're dealing with, go to Dr. Jordan Colby because it's the perfect family dentist. The office feels like family. Everybody knows your name. You walk in there, you have a view of the ocean, for crying out loud, while he's working on your teeth. And it's pain-free. That was the weirdest thing about it. I was back to work the next day having oral surgery. It was incredible. Oh, what do you got? Time out.
Wait,
Yeah.
for real? You have a view of the ocean? That's why they call it Ocean View?
Ocean View Dental, you look at the Pacific Ocean while you're having the plaque scraped.
I never knew.
Oceanviewdental.net. That's oceanviewdental.net. You need a new dentist, go to oceanviewdental.net. You need the secret sauce. You need the secret recipe. You need to have, I don't know, just a little je ne sais quoi. Yeah. Andy Reid knows what's up. That's next. Fletch here with you on a Bar Car Friday, brought to you by Keg and Bottle. 10 locations around San Diego. We've already given away our first pair of tickets to Aztecs Boise State. We are going to give away our only pair of tickets to Shamrock in just a few minutes. So if you want to go downtown on St. Patty's Day to celebrate the beer fest, just keep listening. We'll tell you how. All right. So Andy Reid appeared on Speak on FS1. Our good friend Joy Taylor, she's a host on that show, and they had a lot of conversation with Andy about a lot of different things. The Super Bowl winning coach, now 3-time Super Bowl champion Andy Reid, discussing Taylor Swift. Now, I thought this was an interesting question, and maybe it has been asked before, and he segued into a story we know. But it was asked by, I believe it was Emmanuel Acho, if Taylor Swift at any point had to be a topic of a discussion between Kelsey, like talking about how, hey, you can have any girlfriend you want, but maybe leave it outside the building. Here's how Andy Reid discussed it.
Pop-Tarts?
Yeah, well, I mean, we discussed this a couple of days ago. The Pop-Tarts were a nice touch.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is he didn't feel like he needed to have any discussion with Travis Kelce outside of, hey, like, I'm just worried about whether or not he's happy.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say this. Different coaches would handle this differently. There are control freaks across the NFL. Trust me, I've played for some of them, where if you had a situation like this, they would automatically assume that any issues with Travis Kelce, dropping a pass, having a bad practice, would be related to whatever's happening on the outside pouring over into the field.
Well,
but Andy Reid he played it the right way, it seems.
I get, well, yeah, I mean, it panned out, right? They won the Super Bowl, but we talked about it mid-season of it looks like it's a distraction. Well, I guess it was mid-season when they started dating. So a few games into it, we discussed it. It looked like it was a distraction.
Andy Reid was on with Colin yesterday also, and Colin asked him something similar, but more about just the fact that the offense didn't look right through the first part of the season. And Andy Reid said that a lot of people were talking about Travis Kelce. Well, he's getting old. His knees aren't the same way. He's not cutting as fast. But really, it was the fact that they didn't have a Juju Smith-Schuster or a Pringle or a Tyreek Hill on to counter Travis Kelce's production. And so as Rashee Rice grew up in the system and was able to start making some of those plays, that's the same time Travis Kelce started getting better because you need the either or on that offense.
The first thing I would ask Andy Reid is what was in the Pop-Tarts? I mean, no one has ever discussed this.
I don't understand how people miss this.
Right.
That would be like question number one stuff for us.
Absolutely.
Like, Andy, glad to have you on the show. Congrats. Hey, so about those Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
What filling?
Exactly.
What flavor icing?
Can we be on, like TD's first question would be like, Andy, are you caught up on the Eagle Camp?
Are you caught up on the
and
Eagle
tell me
Camp?
how you think about this. Like, what if instead of like eaglets, we call them pit bins?
Little Scotties.
Little Scotties. What here's the other question is what happens if he's like an Eagle expert? He's like, well, I don't know if you know this, but I actually spent a lot of time as the Philadelphia Eagles head coach, and while I was there, I fell in love with the bird. So I don't just check in on the Lake Big Bear Eagle, also the Lake Minnetonka Eagles. Those are golden eagles up there. I also check in on the Lake Austin Eagles. Now, they call them eagles, but they're not actually eagles. It's a different species of bird of prey. I mean, imagine if like he went on a soliloquy.
I'd cry.
Dude.
I would be the best.
See, these are the hard-hitting questions that only we offer here on Big
Right.
Rich, TD, and
Right.
Fletch.
Can you
Unfortunately.
Imagine if the Pop-Tarts were like lemon.
Oh, yeah.
Good God.
You would
I'll tell
only
you
eat
right
the
now.
crust anyways.
Yeah.
Uh,
If they were lemon, I wouldn't even touch them.
That's how you get dumped.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
You bring,
out.
you bring lemon custard into this household? Yeah, no chance. All right. Okay. I want to talk to everybody. First of all, it's a Bar Car Friday. We are just moments away from enjoying some delicious treats from our friends with True Proof Collective. This is going to be awesome. But before we get to that, I want to talk to everybody about something that occurred over the past 5 months on this show. The group of us, I'm talking about myself, TD, and Fletch, we've lost over 120 pounds. Yeah. That happened. So how does it happen? Well, not on our own, because we tried it on our own. We sucked at losing weight. We had something called Next Level Fit Guy. It didn't work. We actually gained weight while we were trying to lose weight.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that actually happened.
Too many Pop-Tarts.
Turns out that is the case.
But the three of us went to sdfatloss.com and we linked up with Wayne and Chloe, the weight loss team there, and they have this amazing guarantee going on now because of how successful their business has been. If you don't lose weight within the first 10 days of working with these folks, they will give you money back guaranteed. That's how sure they are that you're going to drop the pounds. And anybody who started the year thinking, okay, yeah, this is the year 2024, I'm finally going to lose the weight. And you look at the calendar and it says it's March now. And you're like, still just as fat as I was. That stinks. We get it. We were there. You can lose the weight. We promise you with sdfatloss.com. Check them out at sdfatloss.com.
Hour 3, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by the San Diego International Airport. San Diego State basketball closing out the Mountain West regular season tonight at Viejas Arena against Boise State. Get there early for senior night. Pregame coverage gets going at 6. Listen right here on San Diego Sports 760 or the free iHeartRadio app. Sticking with college hoops, the Mountain West approving yesterday for basketball to play a 20-game regular season schedule beginning next year, ensuring that each team is going to play a true round robin in conference. And in the NFL, Broncos aren't done cutting yet. Justin Simmons gets released in a cap space saving move for Denver. One of the top safeties in football is now a free agent. At San Diego International Airport, parking should be stress-free. If you're traveling soon, make a parking reservation in advance for the Terminal 2 parking plaza or curbside valet. It's as easy as 123 at sandiego.org/parking.
Oh, happy Friday to those who celebrate Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. San Diego Sports 760 Bar Cart Friday, as always, brought to you by Keg and Bottle, 10 locations around San Diego. Today in studio, we're joined by True Proof Collective. We got a little Shanky's Whip. We got a little Mercantile Irish whiskey. We're going to have a Irish Revolver. We're going to have an Irish coffee. We're going to have an Irish goodbye. These are some of the beautiful offerings that Gareth Moore and Brian Dietz are going to be pouring for us this morning.
Wow.
This is a big deal.
It is a big deal. And Emilio in studio.
Oh, I forgot to mention, yeah, we have an emu, not a live emu. It's more of a stuffed facsimile.
Yeah. Right,
That's
right,
the way
right.
I would describe
Right,
it.
right.
It's gigantic.
It is. It is. Man, oh man. Do we need volume in the headphones there?
Oh yeah,
Jason
hang on.
Momoa?
Let me boost you up. So
I can hear you.
Okay.
okay,
We
so
can
Gareth
hear
can
us
hear.
now.
So Gareth Moore, for those who don't know, and we'll get pictures of him.
Mhm.
We'll get some B-roll of him mixing up some drinks here for us.
Yeah.
He looks like Aquaman.
Yeah. Why does he flex so
I
much?
don't know. He's got a really
What-
well-established
I
pectorals.
just, listen, I just keep your shirt on there.
Yeah.
So you're pouring it up now. So what are we making right now?
I'm gonna put some whipped cream on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
He brought in whipped
they're-
cream for a reason. Look, it's gonna be great.
Okay.
I'm not at a loss for words. Very
Okay, here
often,
we go.
but you boys are making me blush right now.
What?
No,
Yeah.
dude,
Come on.
handsome devil.
Yeah. What are you making up here first, Garrett?
So I'm making an Irish coffee or a variation on an Irish coffee, right? So a classic Irish coffee, you're looking at some sort of Irish whiskey, a little bit of sugar, and then coffee, right? And that really came to prominence up in San Francisco. This is going to be a quick take on that. I think it's a little more fun variation, maybe more modern variation, using equal parts Shanky's Whip and Mercantile Irish. Shanky's Whip is a beautiful pot-stilled Irish whiskey with a bit of caramel in it, and Mercantile is the same idea. It's a little bit of pot still, a little bit of grain blended together with a touch of peat to stand up in cocktails. And when you put them together, it makes a very, 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 very sippable or shootable or however you feel like partaking your Irish whiskey at 8 a.m.
It's like
yeah,
a 16-ounce glass right
yeah.
now.
Fletch right now has one fist
Yeah.
raised in the air,
Well-
celebrating what we're about to
Mhm.
do.
Half because of the drink, half because we're 5 minutes into the hour. Gareth just did a 2-minute monologue and he didn't cuss once.
Wow. Wow. A new record here on Big Rich,
Congratulations.
CD, and Fletch.
Hey,
What a
also
touchdown.
in studio, co-owner and sales extraordinaire Brian Dietz with Mercantile and Shanky's. How you doing this morning, Brian?
Oh man, fantastic!
Right.
Ready to sip on some coffee for sure, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking about it. We're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
That's, by the way, that's what we're going to tell everybody who walks by the window. It's just coffee.
You're just sipping on coffee.
We just like a little whipped cream in our coffee.
This,
Don't judge us.
This is a very pretty drink here,
Oh
Garrett.
yeah, I'm gonna take a quick picture of this.
Very-
This is
very nice.
gorgeous.
Have you guys been catching up on the Eagle Cam up in Big Bear? We got no. It was
Okay,
just
but-
silence.
Okay,
Told you
no.
that was Trav's first
Sorry,
question.
Yep. Sorry, losers.
By the way,
Anyways,
35,000 people on that stream right now.
35,000 people
It's fine,
waiting for
guys.
some little Scotties
Yeah.
to Pippin.
We're just talking to a bunch of virgins. That's all. You guys don't like Eagles? Well, we do
this
bald
is
ones.
America. Yeah, you know what?
America.
It's not International Women's Day. It is National Women's Day.
I love how we bring in guests and immediately offend them. This happens almost every time.
Okay, time
Tony,
out.
But yet I
quick,
coming back.
Yeah,
We're
right.
really-
Yeah, right.
We're sorry, Tony. We're embarrassing you in front of your new friends.
Quick show note. We were talking about, we have an upcoming guest here, David Keckner, and all of the ideas were literally to offend him
Yeah.
as he comes in.
It wasn't.
So,
it's
you know,
not smart.
It's
We're-
fine.
We're not great at business, but we are good at drinking, and we're very happy that True Proof Collective is in today. Tony Kanja, Keg and Bottle, 10 locations around San Diego, also kegandbottle.com. What kind of sales do we got going on Mercantile and Shanky's?
You know, the best part about this is these guys are great partners. So if you come in today, mention your show. That's a key thing, so we can kind of track some of this.
Nice.
And so mention San Diego Sports 760 or any of our names.
Yeah.
And we'll give you 10% off. You buy one of each, we'll give you 20% off.
Look at wow, hey, all right. I like that. I keep bringing it up to my lips here to taste it, and then you ask another question.
sorry.
Rich.
I'm sorry. Cheers,
so cheers
cheers.
on a
Yeah.
Bar Cart Friday, guys.
Cheers, Brian.
Cheers.
Thank
There
you,
we
Garrett.
go.
Cheers, Tony. Actually, yeah, I want to get that cheers again and capture it for the gram, as they say.
Holy smokes, man!
Yeah.
That's how you start the morning. I mean, well, that's how the Irish do it.
Okay, here we go.
Mhm.
That's how everyone should do it.
Wow.
Mhm.
Are you allowed to chug these? Is that
You
He
still-
said you should.
We've got another one on deck for you. Don't
dude?
worry.
This is delicious.
Wait.
you
What?
are in fact allowed to chug them.
Yeah. well, Look. Oh, there, Garrett. It's on. It's on.
It's on.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Well, I'm
it's
gonna
happening.
follow him. He seems like he knows what he's doing. Hang on.
Mhm.
I tried to grow my porn stash back in time, but I'm Asian, so my facial hair doesn't grow quite as quickly.
I'm
I'm sorry, Mom, if you're listening. I did not mean to offend you.
When did you start? Yesterday?
No, it's like a month ago. It's terrifying,
dude.
right?
You have a great mustache.
Yeah.
Dude,
Just keep that.
So that's the only part.
Dude, we would totally watch your porno with that mustache.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine, dude? Actually, Gareth, if things don't work out in liquor, which it appears it is,
Mhm.
but if things go super sideways, you could actually start producing pornography, and then we could just put it out there as leaked Jason Momoa
Like yeah,
stuff.
like knock. I'll just walk in like a knockoff Aquaman suit or something like that. Yeah, all right.
This works. Well, I mean, we're just spitting a little show prep. That's all.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all. That's all. Just letting people
I hope
behind
you
the
boys
curtain.
are ready to retire because you're all gonna make money. On it.
Yeah.
And obviously, the IP is yours.
yeah.
In fact, let me see if
This
it's
will be
available.
150 websites that they've purchased at this point.
Sorry, yeah.
A lot of money on domain
You
names.
notice how quickly he went. I knew where you were
He
going.
was about to buy another domain. All these came up for repurchase recently. TD is like $100 in on buying random domains.
100.
How
I was
much?
$100 in yesterday. That's what I'm saying. We're
God.
we're legit at like $300.
Time to break out the good stuff.
This is the best of the best.
It's the top shelf on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
Yeah, so the top shelf story of the day is the Aztecs, man.
Like, is TD looking for Venmo requests? I'm curious where you're going.
No. I'm just saying, when we're talking about who donates what here to the show.
we don't owe you a dime. Those were your decisions. In fact, there were several of them we tried to talk you out of.
Mount Crushmore of beers.com.
That one I feel like we peer pressured you into, but we won't talk about
Hey,
that.
God, I always want to look them up. What
An
we got?
undefeated record at home. The San Diego State Aztecs men's hoops team have an Kim Nesbaum, she just walked in. Get her an Irish coffee
Yeah.
ASAP.
ASAP.
Oh
ASAP.
yeah. Our saleswoman Kim, she's putting
Pour
down,
that cup right out.
she's putting down the Starbucks. She's getting the Irish coffee. We're rolling already.
It's
this
happening.
is a big one, Kim. Yeah, you should be scared. This is a celebration in two parts. It's a Bar Cart Friday. It's always a celebration, always a lot of fun. The Aztecs, though, the men's hoops team, undefeated at home. Can they do it one last time against Boise State? The Broncos come to town at Viejas Arena. Brian Dietz shaking his head. Are you an Aztecs fan? You've been watching this hoops team last year all the way to the national championship. This year, they're doing pretty good too.
Man, that was so special last year, what they did. And just to see the city, too, all come together. Everyone was out supporting. That was absolutely unbelievable what they accomplished last year. So, yeah, I think all of us are rooting for them to see how far we can get, man, again. And
Yeah.
I think we still got that love and what they're doing. But those Aztec games are absolutely unbelievable. I love going to those games.
No
man.
question.
The energy is infectious. For
Yeah.
sure.
Fired up.
Gets
Fired
loud.
up. Yeah, it does.
Absolutely.
We got Parrot tickets still coming up. We'll do that in this segment. Maybe a code word we can sprinkle in right now.
Did we, by the
Ooh.
way, give away the Shamrock tickets?
Yeah, we did.
I knew we did.
Yeah.
I
Well,
knew
you're
it.
out gallivanting around. TD and I handle business.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
sort
Stand
of.
on it.
I actually didn't, and then last second, luckily Fletch jumped in to give those away. But yeah, what kind of code order do you want? Are you thinking Lil Scotty?
I'm
I was
thinking
thinking emu.
Emulio.
Emulio. I mean, yeah, Emulio
Yeah,
works.
So you're gonna have to remember the name of our office emu now, Emulio.
Did we just steal that?
Well, yeah, actually, can you leave that here, Brian? We
Done.
really like
Done,
it a lot.
done. Yeah.
Done. Good. Very good.
Resident bird. Why not?
Guys, now we have an emu.
Kim.
We'll see if we can get 35,000 people to watch that.
Yeah. Oh,
We'll
yeah.
just put it
Oh,
on
yeah.
top of some eggs. This bird doesn't move that much.
We go now live to Emu Cam. Egg still hasn't hatched. Been a year.
Kim, happy International Women's Day. Yep. Yeah, she is here to represent.
Thank you for being
Mhm.
here. Thank you for all you do. We're gonna get you drunk.
Mhm.
That's gonna be a big part of the show this
Yep.
morning.
Yep.
We're planning on sharing.
Do you have any meetings at all?
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. Do you realize you are standing next to a future actor?
Yes.
Jason.
No, not
No,
that
not
one.
Momoa.
Yeah,
Jason
Mr. Momoa
I'd
there.
love to talk to you about doing some work with me.
Emilio might end up making a guest appearance. I'm just saying.
That's
Very
a whole
soon in
nother
the background.
demographic if we do that.
We should definitely turn the cameras around.
Yeah. This Aztecs basketball team, just like Brian said, it's infectious. When you go to Viejas Arena, it's unbelievable, the atmosphere there. Plus, I mean, this is the first time in school history they're going to go undefeated if they beat the Broncos. What's going on?
Gareth, did you change your mailing address to iHeart San Diego? What's up? You got mail here?
No, so these actually work really well. Oddly enough, these UPS
He's literally
mailers,
opening UPS packages.
they work really well as insulation for ice.
What?
Yeah. So
Oh, this
when you go to-
guy.
if you go to Collins and Coop to pick up ice, they'll give it to you in the UPS mailers because it insulates them.
Did you just do the more you know?
Yeah. Yeah. They call that a sound graphic.
It's good.
I don't know.
So for tonight's game, if you remember earlier in the year, San Diego State lost to Boise State on the road by 1 point.
Yeah,
And
but that was a one-off. There's no way they lose tonight.
not by
Oh,
one.
don't say it
Please,
like that.
please,
Don't
actually,
say it like that.
Dump it from the
Well,
show.
now we are not safe. Gareth, you watch your mouth, man.
What?
We have no delay
We
right
have
now.
no delay.
But
No
when you look
delay.
at tonight's
This
game,
is my time to shine.
San Diego's success at home at Viejas Arena this year. It's like the last Boise State game was the perfect representation of all their losses this year, where they fall behind early and then fight all the way back and then just don't have enough to get them over the hump. At home, that hasn't been the case. So even if it is a slow start, which is something they need to fix, you feel like at Viejas Arena, they're able to get over the hump a little bit better.
Yeah.
Speaking of hump, Gareth, what are we making up next?
So I am putting together a variation on a revolver. A revolver is a cocktail that uses a little bit of coffee liqueur and some whiskey. This one, again, because of the versatility of Shanky's Whip and Mercantile, we're using Shanky's as the coffee liqueur. Beautiful flavor. Honestly, we just had it. Makes one of the best Irish coffees on earth, and it works really well in this old-fashioned variation. So if you're looking to get a little boozier than an Irish coffee, I will strongly suggest that if you're going this route, it is at least with lunch and not before breakfast. But again, I am not one to judge your lifestyle.
We may need intervention.
Wait, what was the little shot? Is this just Shanky's Whip?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
we're trying that neat right now.
All
Yeah.
right. So, Brian Dietz, walk us through the Shanky's Whip. What are we going to be tasting? It smells sweet. It's dark and syrupy looking. What do we got?
No, absolutely. So, yeah, it's a black Irish whiskey liqueur, right? So you got a pot still whiskey. They add natural caramel and vanilla notes to it. So you get this smooth tasting Irish whiskey, and they actually do distill it with whey. So kind of think of like an Irish cream without the cream.
Wait,
right?
like as in curds and whey?
Yeah. So they
L-
that
like
texture.
like whey protein? Are we about to get jacked, Brian?
Gareth is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gareth is already
Oh, he's
jacked.
jacked. He's
Yeah,
jacked.
yeah.
Wow.
Damn right he is.
Cheers.
Man, look at it.
But
Yeah, have you
and he's making friends.
have
See
you
this?
checked out his rhomboids? Well developed.
By the way, Chef Claudia just walked in
Yeah.
randomly.
Got a legend.
You're right. If there's shots in the morning, I'm here.
Like a siren song. It called you in.
Chef like.
Oh my gosh, this is a very good morning. Okay, well, let's all taste it together. We got a little Shanky's Whip Irish whiskey liqueur.
Yeah, cheers.
to you.
Cheers.
This looks like it's going to go down
all the way from
awfully
Ireland,
smooth.
I gave you the wrong one. I gave you the Irish goodbye.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
Don't mix
Yeah,
that. Don't mix
not
that.
yet. You just got here, Chef Claudia. Right.
Oh man, that's good.
Yeah, that is really good. We should almost try it again.
Yeah, maybe we should. I was
Full
thinking
quality
you have,
control.
you have a whole
I think
bottle
we
over
should.
there.
Wait,
Weird.
that's just the Shanky's Whip.
By
That's just
itself.
Shaky's Whip by itself.
That's
So this explains a lot, guys, because we started offering this about a year ago online,
Yeah.
and then we're like, didn't know these guys.
Yeah.
Just a random item, and then it just started flying. I'm like, what the heck is this?
It's
Right?
good.
And then we tried it. It was amazing, and that explains why you guys need to try this. Try it neat the way we just did, and then
Yep.
listen to what these guys say on their recipes because it just brings everything alive.
So they used to call it something else, but they now call where you drop a little Irish cream into a Guinness, a cement mixer. I'm telling you right now, if you take a little bit of this Shanky's
Oh,
Whip,
yeah.
you drop
Oh,
it into a Guinness and you
Tony's pulling
chug
up the
that
second
sucker,
round.
you're having
Yeah.
a good night. You're not having a good night. You're having a good
yeah.
night.
Listen, it got warm in here. That's all I know.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
heater's on.
All right, if
yeah.
TD's getting drunk
Yeah.
already. It's time for his halftime.
Oh, great.
All right, here we go. Yes.
Pretty fun, right?
Before you get going, Trav,
Mhm.
suggestion from the text line: maybe instead of laps, TD should start doing shots every day,
Oh,
more
God.
entertaining
Oh,
than
God.
the occasional walk.
Yeah. Well, if he starts taking shots before
Hold
halftime
on,
every
can the
day,
listeners see me?
you're damn right they can.
Yeah.
And they're liking.
They're liking what they see.
What we should get as an intern to follow him with a little cam on the
Wow.
chest, right? Make
Wow.
sure he's running.
Well, running, it just depends on what you call a run.
and
Tony.
on your run, not stopping for Cheez-Its on your way back.
I can't say that's going to happen.
More
I
of a
can say,
saunter, an easy gait, I would call it. Yeah.
listen,
A trot.
a trot. I mean, I would go with trot. I feel good about trot.
All right. So what do you got for us?
I
on
got
halftime?
in the NFL. Broncos released safety Justin Simmons after 8 season. And speaking of the Broncos, according to, as I use air quotes, sources, freshly released Russell Wilson will be meeting with the Steelers, and he's already talked to the Giants.
Well, okay. Well, hang on.
What?
They just signed a terrible contract with Danny Dimes.
So they want to sign another one?
Let's double dip. Let's double dip.
Russ is not a bad contract
No.
now.
He's not.
He's cheap.
He's bad for the Broncos.
Yeah.
He's actually good for the Giants if he works out in New
Right.
York.
But do they have houses with 12 bathrooms in New York?
Well, here's the it's 12 bathrooms, only 3 bedrooms.
But they play in New Jersey, right? That's where they have all the houses.
That's a good point too.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
yeah.
very true.
You know what? Oh, you don't get in our way with a bad time by giving us important and pertinent information. Come on.
NBA scores.
NBA scores. Detroit Aikman, the Nets.
Oh my god.
It's harder with Shanky's Whip, okay? 118, 112.
Oh my god.
Phoenix Jr., the Raptors, 120, 113.
Wait, what was the team?
Phoenix.
The Suns.
The Kings of Leon, the Spurs, 131, 129. Chicago Fund Meet, the Warriors, 125, 122.
There is no way anybody knows what you're talking about. It actually sounds like you're having a stroke.
The Nugget Seed Museum, the Celtics, 115, 109. How about this one? This one everybody
Wait, hang
knows.
on. It's the Getty Museum, not Getty.
Dude, there's no way you're trash. This is like 10% alcohol.
How did this happen so fast?
Getty Museum. Okay, I got one. I'm
Okay,
gonna reel it back in.
no, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it.
Alaska Airline, the Heats, 114, 108. No,
What team is that?
Dallas.
Do we have any dumps
Alaska.
left? Can we dump that?
He
Alaska.
just said the Mavs beat the Heat, and I. Damn.
Wait, I got one more, and it's perfect.
Yeah, sure.
Minnesota Jedi mastered the Pacers.
Okay, well.
113, 111. Okay, come on.
We're
Chef
go-
Claudia, tell me I didn't. Wait, what are you pouring in your drink?
She's doubled down and
I want to be on your level.
Tony, would you do us the honor?
I will do it.
Chef Claudia looked at Travis. She's like, I didn't understand.
Hey
a
Trav,
word of
hey
that.
Trav, You gotta do a lap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna follow you with a camera. Okay.
Hold on.
I'm gonna follow you with a camera.
One more.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so we apologize for our friend. Oh, Aaron Bauman joining the fun. Grab a seat. Grab a seat.
Grab Travis's seat.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah. Hop in this seat. He doesn't deserve it anymore. No, I know. Chef Claudia, you get over here on this microphone. EB, you sit, and then we're gonna have Travis just stand awkwardly in the back when he comes back.
We'll put him on the loser mic in here.
Yeah. We'll put him on the loser mic next to Fletch. Okay, you get in the production studio. You are back in the studio. So Travis Dell making his way in the production studio. EB, Aaron Bauman, employee of the quarter, Aaron Bauman. Just announced. Congratulations on the big win. Also, Chef Claudia joining us on the show this morning. How are you?
I'm great. I'm especially great now.
Cheers. They re-upped me on this Shanky's Whip Irish pot stilled liqueur. Hang on, I'm gonna just.
Oh boy.
We're off to a good start.
Is that an emu? What is that?
Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. That's an important question. That's
I
Emilio.
didn't think you would notice.
What are you talking about?
He just appears sometime. We're not sure why he's here, but we do have a giant stuffed emu in the studio.
Yeah. Have you ever had an emu egg?
No.
They're beautiful. They're like green, like teal color. And
They
they're
sell
like
them
this
down-
big.
Let's say, are they big like an ostrich egg?
Yeah. They're
The Pendry, the hotel downtown, they do one for breakfast.
Shut up. Like the
Yeah.
whole thing?
Yeah, it's like $90, but it serves like 5 people.
Whoa, back up. Hang on. You can cook with that thing's eggs?
Yes. And it's like one of them is equal to like 12 eggs.
Really?
It's
They
like
do
the
it
biggest
sunny
scrambled
side
egg.
up too, so it's like all yolky and everything, and so you just kind of cut into it, and it.
Like how? Like how?
Okay. Travis Dale wants to get back on the microphone. He's been banned since the lap. What do you have to say for yourself? Wait, we can't hear a word from Travis Dale. What is he saying?
Oh, maybe that mic's broken.
Okay.
You
And
can have
then-
your seat back.
no, he can't.
Or it's muted for.
Hang on, here we go.
Of course, the mic. I was just gonna say that sounds absolutely disgusting.
No, it's delicious.
What do you do with an emu egg? Like, it's a dozen eggs. So do you serve it by itself, or how do you handle yolk like that?
Anything that you can do with an egg, you can do with an emu egg.
Tell you right now.
Bigger pan.
Tell you right now. That brings us back to the start of this segment, because that's going to also make an appearance in the video we're going to cut with you later, Jason Momoa. You just hang on tight, hold on loosely, and never let go. All right, look, we are. I don't even know where we are right now.
Taking a turn.
It's International Women's Day. I know that.
Yes.
Travis Dale just stumbled back into the studio.
Literally.
We're with True Proof Collective on a Bar Car Friday, brought to you by Keg and Bottle, 10 locations around San Diego, kegandbottle.com. If you mention the show's name and you buy any of these products individually, 10% off. You buy them all together, 20% off.
Woo!
How about that? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Get your weekend set right on the fringes of St. Patty's Day. More of this nonsense coming up next. San Diego Sports 760.
Coming up next, it's more Bar Car Friday on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, plus our barrel picks of the week, all coming up next. This update presented by the San Diego International Airport. San Diego State basketball, they're closing out the Mountain West regular season tonight at Viejas Arena against Boise State. Get there early for senior night. Also, Uncle Teddy doing the I Believe That We Will Win chant tonight. Our pregame coverage begins at 6. Listen right here on San Diego Sports 760 or the free iHeartRadio app. Sticking with college hoops, Mountain West approving yesterday for basketball to play a 20-game regular season schedule beginning next season, ensuring that each team is going to play a home and a road game against every team in the conference, becoming a true round robin instead of the 18-game schedule they played this year. Over in the NFL, Broncos aren't done cutting yet. Justin Simmons gets released in a cap space saving move for Denver, one of the top safeties in football, now a free agent. And reports this morning from CBS Sports, Austin Eckler has a team of interest, and it's the Kansas City Chiefs, who look like they might be going after the running back formerly with the Chargers. At San Diego International Airport, parking should be stress-free. If you're traveling soon, make a parking reservation in advance for the Terminal 2 parking plaza or curbside valet. It's as easy as 123 at sandiego.org/parking.
Big Rich. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch on a Bar Car Friday. You could argue we've been overserved I wouldn't blame us. I would blame our friend Gareth. Yeah.
As Trav walks in with an open bottle of Shanky's Whip.
Hold on.
Like at this point, he's an actual liability.
What?
This is on you, Gareth.
Wait,
This
this is on you. EB. Listen, I was in the control room while EB was over here.
Yeah, well, listen, you've entered the zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're.
How come when Kim walked out, she was like, "Hey, you need to be good, buddy."
I love it so much. It is a Bar Cart Friday brought to you by Keg and Bottle, 10 locations around San Diego. We promise tickets to the San Diego State Aztecs final home game. Boise State Broncos coming up tonight. Chef Claudia waiting with bated breath to see if they can stay undefeated at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they can. I even guaranteed it earlier. We dumped that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, because you don't want to jinx that.
No, I don't want to
Yeah.
jinx it. I'm not going to say it again, but I feel good.
Also, Uncle Teddy leading the I Believe That We Will Win chant tonight, which is very cool. He's never done it before. He said in the past that he wouldn't do it, and I think he's taken this opportunity to do it, and I'm proud of him for saying yes to it.
I love it.
He's like one of my favorites. What do you got?
No, we're just looking for some little Scotties to be hatched here. And
I think Rich was about to say call now for Aztecs.
It's fine. You know, we could take a quick departure to talk about the Lake Big Bear Eagle Cam that I don't know why we put it on the screen. It just distracted. It's like, it's like a goldfish around the bowl once. He forgets where we are. And then we're back to the little Scotties that
Call now for San Diego State basketball tickets, 877-767-4760. Call right now. If you have the keyword from the previous segment, you're getting yourself some Aztecs tickets.
You're right, but that's 877-SORG 760
Right.
or 877-POPISM0.
That's right.
It's such an easy number to remember.
877-767-4760.
We changed it so it would be easy. 877 Popism 0.
POPISM 0.
Once he gets a couple
Everybody
drinks
knows
in him,
that.
dude, he's constantly out of breath. It's like he took a lap at every
so
moment.
Hot. I shouldn't have worn this denim shirt.
Then take it off.
By the way,
Then
it's not
take
even
it
made
off.
of denim. It's burlap.
Yeah, I think it's canvas.
Who
I don't know.
sold it to you?
Canvas? Let's paint on him.
What?
I
You
feel,
gonna paint on me?
I feel like he found it.
Claudia. Listen,
You said it was
What,
canvas.
everybody, look away. We're just gonna do some painting. All right.
We're gonna need a big brush.
Listen.
Perfect
If
segue.
you're working with like a 2-inch or a 3-inch, like that is a big brush. Right.
Some people say you don't need any more than that, especially if you're cutting in before.
Well, it's how you use the brush, right? Not the size of the brush, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyways, visit my OnlyFans. I'll see you guys later.
And the women stand silent in the room.
Which again is a perfect segue. It is International Women's Day. Chef Claudia joining us on the air, San Diego Sports 760, Big Rich, CD and Fletch. We're sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Or we're glad to have you. You are
So happy to be
wonderful,
here.
by the way.
Thank
It's
you.
awesome to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me.
I almost blew it with our guest.
What were you about to say?
I was gonna ask if she's.
What were
I shouldn't.
What?
Well, we were talking about brush sizes, so I didn't know if International Women's Night.
I hate you and I love you so much.
What's
like,
the-
I mean, it's at the same time. It's just an intersection, and it happens so often with you.
I apologize, Chef Claudia.
Yes.
Yeah.
International Women's Day.
Yes.
You're here to promote a wonderful event coming up in
Yeah.
San Diego. Let's hear about it.
I'm producing this event with Mainly Mozart that benefits 350 member youth orchestra. And it's really cool because in the spirit of International Women's Month, we're bringing 12 female winemakers all the way from Valle de Guadalupe to come here and cook and serve 24 chefs cooking tableside with 24 different winemakers from 2 different regions, Paso Robles, California, and Valle de Guadalupe, all cooking at the same time, all serving wine at the same time,
Oh
and
my
music at the same time, which has never happened ever. So really cool, exciting event. I'm super, super lucky to be the culinary director for this event, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. I feel like I had to like put on my like game hat to say all that, and I'm like, oh god, the whiskey is doing things. The Shankies is doing a thing with my brain. You listen, me and Gareth together, oof, Blackout Central.
Yeah. Let me show you right now.
Can't confirm. Can't confirm.
You believe
Focus.
Ding, ding, ding.
Focus.
Yeah, right. You got to bring it back home, especially when Gareth is involved. Brian Dietz, by the way, brought an emu today.
Yes.
True Proof Collective in studio with Tony Concha, kegandbottle.com. If you want to get any of the True Proof Collective spirits, mercantile whiskey, we've got obviously the very delicious Shanky's Whip that we were exposed to for the first time today. Brian, you've done this. This is your fault. Look what's happened to our show.
You've exposed yourself.
You guys are gorgeous.
Chef Claudia, when you have an event like this, and
Yeah.
like you said, you're the culinary director,
Yeah.
which by the way sounds like a really important title. Like like do people come to you and they say things like, "Oh my God, we ran out of wine glasses"?
100%.
Oh no! What?
This whole week has been like pants on fire. Everything's like, everything.
Oh,
Everything.
Wow.
So it's a little crazy, but you know what? I know that come March 22nd, I'm going to be like, this was the coolest, most amazing undertaking. Right now, I'm like, what did I get myself into? But it's always the crazy ones that believe that they can do something that breaks boundaries and that does all these different things that end up being crazy enough to actually pull it off. So
Okay. I'm going to ask you a very important question.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to go to this?
Yeah, you want to come?
I think.
Yeah,
so.
I mean,
I don't know. This sort of been like,
Claudia, you
why-
did this to yourself.
Yeah,
What?
we'll bring the Shanky's
That's not what I meant. Did you guys want to come to the event?
Wait, now I'm rethinking.
And I get muted? Are you kidding me?
Guys, we're all friends. And we also have a video to
Listen,
shoot
we
after
talked
this.
about. Get you
It
some.
did get hot in here, didn't
Get
it?
you some, right? Listen, we talked a lot about the Spartans in the 7 o'clock hour outside of the show.
Yeah, there's a reason it was outside of the show.
Well, see, some of the things that we talk about amongst friends, we don't talk about on the air. Like we talked about this before. We've talked about this before.
Okay.
Anyways,
What's the next drink we have in front of us,
Yeah,
guys?
what is the next drink?
Bar Car Friday.
Wait, God, Chef Claudia, everybody.
Yeah,
Chef Claudia. Good
Thank
Lord,
you, guys.
how she brought it back.
she is the conductor
Yeah.
to this train. All right, so Gareth, walk us through that. We have an orange peel. It's a brown drink. What are we looking at?
At this point, walking is not going to be my strong point, but it is a cocktail and it is delicious. So yeah, we're working on a variation of an old fashioned. Right, and so variation of old fashions go a lot of different directions. One of them was a revolver. I don't know the actual origin of the cocktail, but it is absolutely delicious. It uses whiskey, it uses a little bit of a coffee liqueur. We're taking it to the next level. We're using Shanky's as the coffee liqueur. We're using Mercantile as the Irish whiskey, and so it's a little boozier version of maybe a classical fashion, but because the profile of Shanky's and a Mercantile, it's got a big, bold flavor, a little bit of an orange expression on that, and it is absolutely delicious. It's basically 3 ounces of booze in a glass, and you don't know it.
Perfect
That's
timing.
dangerous.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
curious as to why our
you
employee
are.
of the quarter, Erin Bauman, does not have any in her hand.
Well,
Yeah, and
There you go, Erin.
there we go.
There you go, Erin.
There we
Hey,
go.
another
Eat
one.
me.
Yeah,
Magic.
we're
Yeah.
trying to get you all boozed up so you use that 250 hundo on us. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Million.
or 250. Just Tony Concha, don't pour out the Shanky's Whip, buddy.
Party foul.
Listen,
Party foul, Concha.
listen, $250 straight to Girl Scout cookies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, cheers to you.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers to you,
Cheers,
Chef
cheers.
Claudia.
Guys.
All right.
Thank
let me
you
take a
so
little
much.
I
taste
already
of-
finished mine.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Whoa.
That's
good.
so good.
So good.
I love it. I love it. Look, on International Women's Day, we got Chef Claudia in here. We got EB. We got Kathy. We got Jillian. And they're probably all looking at me, guys, thinking, this guy looks good.
I'll tell you.
And I mean, really
Well,
good.
hang on.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I will tell you, confession time. When they all walked in, like individually came up to me and they were like, "Has he lost weight?" And I was like, "Well, as it turns out, he has."
Yeah, that's right. You know how much I've lost?
How much?
31 pounds.
Get that.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah,
Right.
Damn, all right.
Thank you,
okay,
thank
yeah.
you. And that's all thanks to SD Fat Loss. Yeah.
Wait, whoa.
Well-
Say it again. SD what?
SD Fat Loss. That's what I'm
.com.
talking about. SDFatLoss.com. Wayne, Chloe over there. Look, they'll take care of you, all right? And guess what? If you sign up right now, they got a money back guarantee.
You're damn right.
If you don't lose any weight in the first 10 days, they will give you your money back. You know why they do that? Because they don't work. So they're not going to have to give you your money
And
back.
look, you don't want your money back.
No.
What you want is to lose those unwanted
right.
pounds.
You know what else you want? You want to keep those unwanted pounds off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't want a yo-yo diet. We talk about it all the time. Yo-yos, we hate them.
We threw away
Yeah.
all our yo-yos.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah,
ugh, God,
like
if I see another yo-yo in my life,
Dunkin', Imperials, butterflies, we got rid of them. We're like, no, please no.
Yeah, like I will never walk the dog again. That is not happening around the world. Not in my house. Yeah, because yo-yo dieting is when you lose the weight, but then you gain it right back and
That's
then
true.
some. Yeah, and look at sdfatloss.com. You won't do that. You're going to lose weight quickly, and you're going to keep the weight off, and they guarantee you're going to lose weight. So go there right now, sdfatloss.com. You don't have to exercise. You don't have to count calories or points or eat something you don't want to eat. You're going to do it the healthy way. You're going to lose weight fast. You're going to keep that weight off. You got nothing to lose but those unwanted pounds. sdfatloss.com. Be like me when, the ladies walk in and they go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a single one did that.
Chef Claudia?
Yeah, Chef
Claudia?
I mean, when somebody actually walked in and went, "Oh my God, what's that smell?" But that's fine.
That's fine. Listen, sdfatloss.com has nothing to do with odor. sdfatloss.com. That's sdfatloss.com. Bottom of the barrel coming up next.
It is a Bar Car Friday right here on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Bottom of the barrel coming up next.
Friday. It's time to scrape the bottom of the barrel for the final stories of the week.
I think that sums it up.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch on a Bar Card Friday, brought to you by Keg and Bottle. 10 locations around San Diego. KegandBottle.com. If you want to get your stuff online, they'll ship it to your door. Okay, so this has been a very busy day with True Proof Collective. We got Gareth and Brian in. Tony Kanja is chatting with everybody, serving up the next drink, which is going to be the Irish Goodbye. I'll tell you what, the performance was done by Gareth, a.k.a. Aquaman, a.k.a. Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
You've done it, my man. This
Whoa,
is...
hang on.
What?
Hang on. Jason Momoa.
That's a laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew it. For real? You knew it. You knew it was coming as soon as he said it.
I don't even get the joke.
I mean,
I don't either.
Dude, it's like every day.
What's the over-under? He's blacked out
You
already.
can't even control him. So what's in an Irish Goodbye?
So this is a simple one. So we're running this for all of essentially St. Patty's Day. So Friday to an industry event on Monday at the Remy, a new steakhouse in San Diego that a buddy of ours opened up. It's
We
basically
love the Remy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Frank the
yeah.
Tech?
Dude, Frank's one of my best friends.
Oh, Frank's a dude,
yeah,
man.
I mean, Frank's a problem. He's an absolute liability.
Oh, I mean, and by the way,
like,
the
Yo,
mustache.
hey,
Yeah.
if we invite him here on a Bar Card Friday, we all end up in Thailand,
Yeah.
jail.
There's no
Okay.
question.
Tell Gareth
We'll
how
be
the
wrestling with our shirts off.
the
That guy's
American
a sick
Wagyu.
puppy, and I love him.
If it's just our shirts off, we'd be lucky.
Wait,
sorry, that's a whole different segment.
I wasn't here. I just came in with
Okay, I'll catch you up
shirtless
real quick.
wrestling.
Frank the Tank, the Remy, Gareth Moore, Irish Goodbye, go.
But basically, we're running this. It's a shot special that we're running throughout all of St. Patty's Day weekend, Friday to Monday, at a variety of bars all over town. It's just Mercantile, Shanky's Whip.
That's it.
That's it?
Super easy. You put it together, you get that richness from Shanky's, you get the Irish backbone from Mercantile, and you get a happiness factor that you can't explain.
This is the
Word.
Irish Goodbye.
That's the Irish Goodbye.
I was
Yeah.
told we did this last.
Well-
There's still a bevy of drinks in front of me.
You missed a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like my lap was that long.
Also, you missed the Eagles hatching.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You'll be so
That was
sad.
a long laugh. It was a long laugh.
You're telling me, pal.
All right, so True Proof Collective, we got the Irish Goodbye, Mercantile Irish Whiskey, we got the Shanky's Whip Irish Pot Still Whiskey Liqueur. Is
Pot
that
stickers?
Pot Still?
What?
It's like your
AB,
50-50 shot.
Did you just like? Did you just say? What are
She
you
did.
thinking?
I didn't at all.
Like
That
a
I
was-
didn't
mother.
say that. I just said, oh,
That was very.
You gave him like what you give your daughters,
Give
like,
it- like,
the,
like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Come on,
Travis,
buddy.
you
Travis, Richard, Dale. Yeah,
You have 3 first names.
heard
I
that
do.
before.
Yeah, I know. I do.
One of those people, huh?
Yeah.
I should have driven NASCAR.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really what I should have done. Yeah.
Gareth, that's awesome. That is like delicious stuff.
Well, then do we say slancha and just throw them back and see what happens?
I'm pretty
afterwards?
sure
See what
we-
comes out of Travis Richard.
Oh,
Dale's
were we not
mouth
supposed to do that?
afterwards? Oh, shit.
Wow.
Slancha.
Wow.
Delana Bennett just walked in on the first Bar Card Friday.
It's International Women's
Yeah,
Day.
this international.
Hey, yo,
Yeah,
that my
jump on
time.
the
That
mic.
my time.
I just had to see what was going on in here, and you guys are obviously drunk.
Hard
Yeah,
at
no.
work. Hard at work.
So what's happening?
What? This is, you know what? The list of what's not happening is shorter, Delana.
Oh, okay, got
yeah,
it. Got
yeah.
it. This is like fun. I've never been invited. What's up with
Wait,
that?
you're always invited.
No,
I
no,
didn't
no,
know.
no.
I didn't
Open
even
door
know what was
policy.
happening.
That
Wait.
door shouldn't even have hinges.
Yeah, we don't
when
even
it
need
comes
a
to Delana
door.
Bennett.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, happy International Women's Day. Cheers.
cheers to you.
Cheers
Thank you
to
for
all the
jumping on.
ladies. That's what I'm talking about, including Jackie on the Big Bear Eagle Cam as we are on Little Scotty Watch.
877-767-SORG-760. If you want to win Outlaw Music Festival tickets, it's your chance to shine. 877-POPISM0 is the number to call.
Yeah.
For those who just want to hit numbers instead of letter buttons.
That is actually the number, Aaron Bauman.
Is it?
That is actually
You didn't
the
make it
number.
up. You guys made that up.
No.
Popism 0.
right.
877 Popism 0.
877-767-4760. Okay, that's how. I mean, it doesn't roll off the tongue like Popism Zero.
No, Popism Zero is so much easier.
Anyways, if you call right now, you're going to win Outlaw tickets. You'd be calling number 5. Thank you to everybody who
Is
showed
that
up
ism
today.
with a Z or an S?
I don't know.
Good
I don't
question,
remember.
Jason
I think it's an S. I think.
Huge
Yeah,
thanks to Tony
7.
Kanja,
We'll go S.
Brian
I can't read, so it
Dietz,
doesn't make a difference.
Gareth Moore, Fletch. I mean, who else do we thank?
Go to Keg and Bottle today. Mention Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Mention Tony Conja's beautiful face on the radio. You're going to get a big discount whenever you buy any of these. Shakey's Whip, Mercantile, all the stuff. Thank you to everybody here.
Yeah, baby.
Go Aztecs tonight. Go Aztecs.
Cheers to the ladies on International Women's Day.
Exactly right. Exactly.